Hey guys, it's your girl Lisa. It's Wednesday. Something beautiful, baby. So I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna give y'all time to come in the room. And we gonna talk about it. Oh, look. Hey, girl, how you doing? I hope you're having a beautiful Wednesday. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm just seeing once again. I don't know why I like that beat. I just like that beat. Good beat. I am doing well. I am doing well. So I would like to say, first of all, if you coming in the room, show your girl a little love. You click that like button. Just click it. Just click it. If you're coming in, that means you like it. Just click it. Come on. So as you can know, y'all know your girls kind of not 100% on this whole technology thing. I'm not all the way used to having something in my ear all the time. Sometimes I touch it, but I want to make sure that I'm still here. So maybe it said something. Had we talked about cheating? And I said, well, not recently. We've spoken about it, but then I thought about initially what my topic was going to be about the violence against women. But I think that goes into relationships altogether. So then I said, well, how about we just do relationships, the good, the bad, and the what, the what, the. Because everybody, male, female, gay or straight, even young people, have had relationship problems. Had good relation. I have been blessed to be in the presence of several good relationships. Um, Good men taking care of their wives, good women taking care of their wives, good men taking care of their husbands. I have also had the displeasure to be in the presence of even more bad relationships. People that get in relationships too quickly for the wrong reasons. People who start the relationship off with kids instead of starting a relationship off with each other. People who are too young, in my opinion, and understand. So let me clarify, quantify, and all the fives for this. Everything that I say in all of my rants, my hey y'all, my real talk, these are just my opinions. I do sprinkle in fact because I don't like to say anything that I can't back up with a Google search. Because I believe the worst thing to do is get on the internet, have a platform of any size, and not know how to hit Google before you say something like it's a fact. So 9 times out of 10, I'm speaking my opinion. However, if we want to back that up with fact, I'm sure I got something here that I can go online and see if we got to Google it. So I'll say that to begin with. I have seen relationships that are in the third category of WTF. I mean, how, you know, can't even get the word. You don't. No, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. So recently, somebody I know was having issues with their significant other. Communication wasn't there. Not know how to talk to each other, and in doing so, destroyed what could have been a good relationship. More so, the point is that instead of talking it out, they took everything out of their partner's house, even the stuff that didn't belong to them, and just excuse me, left. Now, I'm not on the inside of this relationship, and trust me, every relationship has three sides: the spouse's side and the truth. That just is what it is. Sometimes the truth aligns with one spouse. Sometimes the spouse's side, kind of middle in the middle of the truth, and sometimes the truth ain't in them. Neither one of them. We talk about relationships. We always assume that one person is the bad guy, but sometimes relationships just don't work. Sometimes relationships are not meant to go past being a friendship, and sometimes it's okay to just say goodbye. You don't have to be mad. You don't have to argue. You don't have to fuss. You don't have to fight. You can just say, you know what? I'm not happy. You're not happy. This is not working. Let's get to a place where it can work. And if that's with us being in two separate places, then so be it. I don't understand the problem with that. Let me start by that. Let me start that. I don't understand the situations. Because baby started this off by cheating. So we're going to have a little cheating strain running through all three sides of the relationship. I don't understand. Because in my experience, in my past life, if I don't want to be with that person no more, if I know I'm about to cheat on that person, I'm quick to go, you know what? I think I might do something this weekend you ain't gonna like. So I think it's best if we just break up. Because if I've gotten to the point where I don't see you as the only person I see, then it's no point for me being there because I am gonna do me, especially when I was young. I am 56, happily married. So as now, no. But at 26 and happily single, at 18 and no need to be in a relationship. You know what? I believe I'm gonna do something this weekend you ain't gonna like, so we gonna break up today. And that sounds bad, but I'm almost positive that sounds better than I caught you cheating. Why are you talking to them? Who is this calling your phone? You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. Hey, just Krista. Everybody's doing fine. So I don't understand why we just can't say goodbye. I'm not really looking at the chat right now, and DC is not really in the chat at this moment. She'll be in it a little bit. So if I haven't said hello to everybody, know that I will get to you. Um, because I get stuck in the chat and then I get to paying attention to what people saying. Hold on. Sometimes I fight though. We'll get to that. But what I don't understand is this. I've heard I was a bar. Y'all know you girl a bartender, and I spent a lot of time in an enlisted club bar, and I spent a lot of time listening to old heads, retirees in their 60s and 70s talk about how they used to be when they was young and how they are now. And I also heard a lot of young men talk about their relationships and what they were doing. I saw a lot of husbands cheating on wives. I saw a lot of military spouses, a lot of military wives in there lonely because their husband is deployed. But you knew what you was getting to when you got with a military person. So if you couldn't handle being alone, you probably should have got somebody who worked down the 7-Eleven. But I digress. So I spent a lot of time listening to people justify cheating on their spouses. And the main theme through that was I just don't want to hurt her. I just don't want to hurt him. But I, for the life of me, and I've been cheated on, I, for the life of me, don't understand why they don't understand that finding out that I am not the only one. Because as far as I'm concerned, if I'm in a relationship with you, there are no other numbers. It's not that I'm one. I am only. Because if I'm one, that means you're looking for two, three, four, and five. If I'm a number, that means other numbers are coming. So I'm not one. I'm not the one and only. I'm just the only. Just the only. And if you can't be in a relationship, that's fine. I don't understand why people think they gotta be in a relationship. It is nothing wrong with being happily single. It is nothing wrong out here with being free balling and free willing and raw dogging it through the day. It is absolutely positively nothing wrong with it. As a matter of fact, if that's who you are and how you want to be, I prefer you be that way. Society traditions in the 1950s have told you that at 25 you got to have 2.5 kids, a house, a husband, a dog, a picket fence, no job, washing dishes, cooking, cleaning. That's what they have told you. It is not how it is. That's not it. That's not it. It ain't got to be how it is, y'all. There is absolutely positively nothing wrong with being single at 18, 25, 30, 35, hell, 40, 45. Shit. I was single till I was at least 45. Running through bad relationship after no relationship after finding out that I'm just not only not number one, but hell, I ain't in the top 10. There's nothing wrong with being single. So you get in a relationship because somebody told you, because your mom and daddy was married for 25 years, 35, 45, still married. But you sit up there and look at your mama being miserable and mad and your daddy never being at home and that's what you want? Watching your mama sit over here talking about she wish he just stopped breathing. What? Wait, that's bad, mama. Hold on. Sit up here with your daddy telling you you can't date so and so son because that might be your brother. Hello? Are these the relationships y'all talking about y'all want to get back to? Is this the nuclear family you talking about you want to get back to? Because trust me, just like I listen to young people, I listen to old people. And the old men and women that would come to my bar and sit were just as miserable as the young people, telling me about what they had to do because that's what is told to them. Because it didn't look good for a woman to be single. It didn't look good for a man to be single. It didn't look good for you to be 25 with no kids. So now we passing this on to our kids. But we're not passing good relationships on to them. We passing along traditions that maybe at some point we should have thought about. You know what? Granny wasn't happy. Mama barely was happy. What do I have to be unhappy? No. To me, the secret to life. Everybody wants to know the secret of life, and I believe the secret of life is different to everybody. It's happiness. You can be a millionaire and be miserable because you're not happy with the $1 million that's in your bank. You think that because you're a millionaire, you're also supposed to be a several millionaire, 100 millionaire, or a billionaire. You're not happy with what you have because somebody else has more. I believe the secret is being happy. If you can't own the McDonald's today and you got to work there today, cool. Because maybe, just maybe, Your lights being paid, your car note being paid, and the light hell, the McDonald's being paid for. It's okay for right now. I'm not saying don't have goals. I'm not saying don't have expectations. I'm not saying don't strive for more. But on each and every level, each and every step of the way, be happy because you're never going to be happy if you're always wanting what the next person has. That being said, that same logic applies to relationships. If your grandmama wasn't happy and your granddaddy bringing strange kids to the family reunion, if your mama wasn't happy and the only time you saw your daddy was on his way out the door to work in the morning, why do you think that being married and having kids is your ticket, your keynote to happiness? If you like being single, if you like not having to get up in the morning and worry about texting somebody or calling somebody, if you like being able to go where you want, do what you want, why do you feel like you need to stop doing that because people tell you you're 20 something, you should be in a relationship. You should settle down. Why? What you settling down for? If that's not what you want, if that's not what you really want, I'm not saying your relationships are not out there to be had because trust me, they are. I am in one. I am in a situation where I am safe, happy, and loved. But that wasn't always the case. And I could blame everybody. I could blame everybody in the relationship before DC that didn't work out. But the reality is, I picked them. I gave them my time, and I was just as much responsible for my misery as they were. When I was in my 20s, I was cool with being single. I was cool with that. Okay. My host, my co-hostess, the mostest is joined.
Hello, hello, DC. Hello, Lisa. Hello, everybody in the chat.
Hello. But I was
Great
fine.
topic.
Thank you. I was fine. In my 20s, I was cool.
Hmm.
Had I fallen in love? Yes. Had I got my heart broken? Yes. Have I had mysteriously loved somebody and didn't even know why I loved them? Now I look back and I go, the hell? When I was
Hmm.
in it, when I was in it, I was just in love. And I didn't understand why this person hurt me. I didn't understand why this level of pain had to be associated with something that was supposed to feel so good. And I
Hmm.
think that's where I'm at now and why I say the things I say. The other day I was talking to Nick, and sometimes we corner Nick, corral him, and ask him questions. Because he's 18, he's an adult.
Yeah, you got to see what's in that brain, what they thinking.
He's asking my girlfriend, because he's never just, I ain't gonna tell his business like that, but he ain't never been like Mac Daddy. You know what I'm saying? Not to me, not around me. He never got a whole lot of girls around. He never talked about a whole lot of girls. He's 18 and he's been on a couple of like really dates. I'm sure he's had hangouts and friends and stuff. He
Hmm.
goes. He has a since he was like a what is a junior in high school baby. He's had a the correct amount of freedom.
Hmm.
That makes sense. As long as
Hmm.
you do what's supposed to be on your side, as long as you tell me where you at and you had a reasonable time and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, bye.
Yes. Hey, Leilani.
Are you in? The women are holding it down. Anyway, so he's never been. I'm sure he's had dates and did all the things a young man's supposed to do. But I corralled him another day and I asked him, you'll be talking to anybody? And the girl, no, 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 no.
Hmm.
And he gave his reason behind it. I'm not gonna tell y'all his reason. It was funny. Just know that it was funny. It threw me out for a second. I said, what is this? And I was like, okay, I guess that's the reason. Shit, I'm not an 18-year-old boy. Never have been. So okay. But I was fine with the fact he didn't have a girlfriend. Not
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want him to have a girlfriend, not because I think it's something wrong, not because of that. It's
Right.
because I think that in this day and age, especially with the advent of social media and you being able to connect with people all over the world, that people, especially young people in their late teens and early 20s, jump into serious lifelong relationships way, way too soon.
Yes.
I think that they I think that they jump into them thinking that this is some kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, like this is some magic cure for everything. If I have a man, then automatically I'm going to be happy and I'm not going to be struggling with my bills, and my mom will be happy because I'm not alone. I, I, I,
Hmm.
I can't imagine the different scenarios that people run in their head to justify being in relationships at 18, 19, and 20, 21. I'm like, what? You couldn't have poured nobody that. You couldn't have melted a person and poured them on me at that. As soon as I fell out of love at 8, I was in love at 18. I mean,
Hmm.
in love. He snatched my shit out. He snatched that in love shit out. But at that moment, I also decided that I wasn't gonna let anybody mess with my future in love endeavors. So I wasn't gonna be like a lot of people that be like, I'm whole forever. But I said that I'm going to look for love, and if it mess up, it mess up. If it don't, it don't. It is what it is. I'm not gonna look for it, but I'm gonna be open to it if it comes. Because a lot of people shut that love thing down when somebody do them. I put it to like this: I'm in love. I'm doing everything. We together all the time. But some kind of way, you have magically got with a woman who is 5 or 6 years older than you, 25. He's 18. She was 25 at the time, with 5 kids, and all of a sudden, this your woman.
Hmm.
All of a sudden on our anniversary, on our first anniversary, he comes in the house and tells me that he got somebody pregnant. Now it's just a relationship. We've been together a year. I'm all at your house, your mama all at my house. Your mama know me. I spend the night with your mama in the house. We together all the time. You go off. He goes off to what's the thing called when you go not GED school? What's it called? What's the thing? Is being colleges, but it's not college. No, what's the thing? It's a program. No, it's a lot of times it's at colleges, but it's like you can get trades, you can get your high school diploma,
Okay.
job corps.
Yeah.
He went out to job corps. I'm going down there with his mama to visit him. We doing the whole family thing. He comes back from that. It just so happens he goes in the house and I'm sitting in the car. I'm not nosy or jealous by nature, so I'm not jealous. I'm nosy. I'm not jealous. I was 18.
Hmm.
So I'm all in the glove compartment looking
I'm
around
kind of
across the floor.
jealous. I'm kind of jealous. Mine's get. Oh.
Because I think he's the one that took the jealous. I was never really jealous, but
Mm. See, I fight. I fight. I hit. Oh,
I saw you said I fight. Now
I do.
I'm not gonna say I won't fight for you. I'm not gonna fight over you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fight
But
over
I don't
anything.
beat up on the
So like,
other woman. I beat up on the man that I'm with. I beat up on him or her.
I'm not
I,
gonna fight him because I'm not important. See, here's why I don't fight. In this, it, when I was young, I would have fought somebody because they moved the L too fast in front of me. So
mm.
that was in a relationship. Nah, I'm probably not fighting over no dingling.
God got
Not
it.
when
God got to still help.
not
Uh,
not when
yeah.
it's so much out there. See, my thing was
Mm.
I was just cute enough. I wasn't like that kind of girl who's like I was fine, but I knew I was just cute enough not have to worry about no dingling.
Yeah.
So I'm not arguing over no dingling. However, I'm not arguing about no coochie either.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing about that. Cause I know I'm cute enough to collect it if I
Have
need
you
it.
ever had the urge to hit your mate because they looked at another person too long?
Oh, look here, baby. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Oh.
Long before I came out the closet, I
Mhm.
always thought women were beautiful. I've never been in competition with a woman either.
Mhm.
And not to say you were, but when a man puts us in that position,
Mhm.
we inadvertently become in competition with her.
Mhm.
Because you get mad because he's looking at a woman makes no sense. Because he's not gonna cheat on the woman. He's not gonna cheat on you with the woman he's looking at.
Mhm. You
It's
right.
like
You right.
it's like he's not gonna cheat on you with the woman that you sitting up there worried about.
Right.
It's gonna be the bitch over in the corner you not worried about. Because those are the ones that are gonna be those are the ones he's gonna look for because he needs somebody to keep his illusion, his or hers. I'm just saying his because I'm talking to you and you ain't gay. I don't want nobody to think I'm
Right.
picking on me.
That's what happened to me. Remember that girl lady I was telling y'all about on the job that I was me and her, and
Right.
then she ended up going on a different shift.
Yeah. But
I
see,
told I told her about my past with me hitting my ex one day when we was riding in the car. I slapped the S out of him. And
uh,
of course, and then when I pulled the car over, he was like, "Pull the car over. Let me get out of here before I hurt you." And I pulled the car over, and before now he had never hit me, but before he got out my car, he slapped me so hard I couldn't see out my eye. I'm gonna be honest, and I had to drive home like that, looking out of one eye. And when I told her that, she said, "You know what? That's still down in you." And she was like, "I can't. I could never date a woman like you." And I was like, "What? Wait.
well, I mean, because here's why. Here's why. If your first inclination is when you get mad at me and put your hands on me, that
Well,
means that no, you just said it. He did something, you smacked the shit out of him. And
yeah,
but see, here's the thing. He could have killed you,
yeah,
and it
yeah."
would have been no fault. I'm not saying because he shot you.
You
That's
ain't had to
different.
hurt my feelings. You ain't had to hurt my feelings. You ain't had to do that part now. You
No,
could
no,
have
no,
you could have eased it on me that he could have hurt you. Just
no, no, no.
Krista.
What I'm saying, no, what I'm saying is what I'm saying is this, I say that because I want women to understand that.
Yeah,
I
you
am
right
all,
though.
I am all for if you, I see, I don't believe that a man should smack the shit out you. Don't keep running up on men like a man is not. They are. I'm sorry. They're
Yeah,
just made. They're physically different than we are.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
just made physically different. It has nothing to do with equality. It has nothing to do with our rights, rules, or regulations. Just
yeah,
from a physical standpoint, you and a man that are the same size, musculature is just built differently. To
yeah.
where you slap him and you may make his teeth click, but when he slapped you, you couldn't see out your eyeballs.
I sure couldn't.
So that's what I'm
Now
saying. When
don't
I
now
say
don't
he
get it
couldn't
now don't get it wrong. I believe it, like I even told her, I was like, it was some other stuff behind that too. You know what I'm saying? And I said, and then we call ourselves getting in the car riding out to cool off, the two of us, and we
together,
ride, huh?
together,
The devil.
no, together. Were y'all beefing before y'all got in the car?
Yeah, yeah. Me and him had
Why
had
would
some
you get in the
words,
car together?
huh?
Why would y'all get in the car together?
Oh, cause sometime like when me and him would get into it, he'd be like, "Come on, babe, let's just ride out. We need to just get out the
Oh,
house
okay.
or something
This is
like
something
that."
I did before. Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah. So we had some words in the house and about some stuff that had happened, you know, between him and I earlier.
Mhm.
And so we riding in the car and I noticed like it was like every woman he just and I don't know if he was doing it to like agitate me, you know what I'm saying? Or if I was just because I was already heated, if I was thinking that way. So it was like every woman that he was just like looking and he would like not just glance and look because I mean even now if a woman is attractive I even look, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, she looked nice to myself or something, you know what I mean. And it was like he was kept doing it and then I just said in my mind I was like one more time, he got one more time, and I had said that while I was driving, one more time in my head. And I learned not to talk to myself in my head when it comes to stuff like that. But in my head, talking to me, I said, he got one more time. Well, before we got to that stoplight, he took his one last chance and he looked, and I mean, he kept on looking. He just kept looking. And before you know it, mm, I hauled off and gave it everything I had in me. I threw the car in park and slapped him. Sure did. I sure did.
I don't know if that was a good. I don't know if that was good.
I know.
But my question here is this, and now as hindsight, because that is 2020 in all things.
Yeah, and that was 7 years ago. Yeah.
You're driving. You're driving. Is
Hmm.
it that many women? Is it that many attractive women? That's what here. This is
And it
hear
was,
me
that's what I mean. They
out.
wasn't even attractive like when he was
So
just
was he
regular
just staring out the
surface.
window? Was he staring out the window to keep
Yeah.
from saying something off the wall? Was he staring at them or was he staring out the window?
Oh, I didn't think about it that way.
See, when you and
Oh,
that's why I said and that's why I agree with old girl. I wouldn't date because you had a whole scenario in your head that he was undressing each one of those women that passed by with his eyes when he probably was having a whole situation in his head about what he gonna say or what y'all arguing about. Because when you mad, people don't.
yeah.
When you mad, because just like you was mad, when you was mad with him, you wasn't
Yep.
paying attention to nobody around y'all, were you?
Nope.
He was mad with you too. He wasn't paying attention to them folks over there. He was
Mm-hmm.
staring out the window. He was looking the other way. Did a pretty woman walk by? Sure. Did he look at her? Probably. But
Mm-hmm.
was he undressing her with his eyes and trying to hurt your feelings? Probably not.
Yeah.
I'm
But
not
this is
taking
the
over
same
your
man that
child
in
as
the
an
past
asshole.
But this is the same man in the past and accused me of, oh, that man, I had my, if I ain't let my seat up, he was staring all at you in the car. And I'm like, well, let your seat up because I wasn't paying that man no attention. So that's why I said, I don't know if he was doing like little things to agitate me. But I never thought about that he might have been trying to like clear his thought, because I ain't want to think nothing good about him, Lisa. I'm going to be honest with you. Some stuff
And
has
that's
transpired that I was not trying to think good about him at all. At all.
there's nothing
You know.
wrong with being mad. That's what we've come
Yeah.
to the thing where people apologize for being mad. If somebody
Mm,
did come to piss us off, ain't nothing wrong with you being mad with him. Ain't nothing wrong with
mm,
him being mad with you. Ain't nothing wrong with you taking shit out of context because it happened. It's
yeah.
not something that's outside of the realm of possibility. There's nothing wrong with you being aggravated at every woman that walked by because he is
Mm,
a hoe or a hound dog or he did some shit in his past that you
mm,
can't get over. But here's my thing. Why stay there? Because you're miserable.
yeah.
If you have to constantly check yourself, if you have to lift your seat up because somebody's staring at my woman, or if
Mm,
you have to slap the shit out of him because he's looking at every woman that I drive by, if y'all, why stay with somebody like that?
right.
Stay there because it can't. We laugh and joke where the dick good. It wasn't that
Mm,
good. Was it good enough to be miserable? Was it good?
um,
Was the money good enough to be miserable?
I ain't gonna lie, it was real good, but not to be miserable. I know what you're saying. At the time, it was worth everything I was going through. You know what I'm saying? But now that I done had a chance to think some things over, and like I said, it's been a long time, girl. It's been almost 7 years, child. It's cobwebs over here now. Child, But
And why I said he could kill you and why I said it so hard, it wasn't because of you, but because every time
mm,
I go on Facebook, every time I go on TikTok, if you go find your tablet or your iPad and go Google violence against women right now, you will see that every time you turn around, some woman is killed or harmed by her significant other, somebody
yeah,
she was talking to, or somebody she met at the club. They will kill you.
yeah. And I've
They
been through
will
abusive
kill you.
relationships. Yeah, with him too, abuse. And it had gotten to the point where I became like abusive. You know what I'm
They will
saying?
kill you. They will kill your spirit or they will kill your body, one way or the other. And at
Yeah.
some point, this is the bad. of a relationship. This is a
Right.
bad thing. What the fuck of a relationship?
Hmm.
Because, like I said, I have been honored on this app, on YouTube, to meet good men and women in relationships together, good
Yeah.
women and women, men and men in relationships together.
Hmm.
However, you see so many more messed up situations and so many more off the wall and bullshit situations. But every time I open my browser, every time you can pull a newspaper out and you can have some woman was shot, some woman was accosted, some woman was beat up, some
Yeah.
woman was stopped, some woman was this, someone was that because she told a man no because she wouldn't get the woman on TikTok who got hit in the face with a brick because she didn't want to get a man her number. The woman who got followed down the street in New Orleans because the man gave her a compliment and he didn't like the way she responded. So for 5 minutes she was a stinking stupid ass bitch. It
Whoa.
is constant. It is all the time right now. Some woman just got through cooking her husband dinner and he just threw it in the trash and punched her in her face and she sat there.
Yeah.
That brick
Yeah.
So my
situation was fake, by the way.
it was
I
not fair. So she went back on there and showed y'all the stuff.
No, if you go back again and look again,
I
it'll
did
tell
go back
you that
again
it was
and look a
wrong.
third time.
She injected herself with saline and then she went to a clinic to have the saline removed. The
what?
Where
nurse
she get
told
the
on her.
paperwork from? Where she get the paperwork from? See, the nurse ain't tell on her because ain't no nurse gonna lose their job.
The
Ain't
nurse
no nurse
told
gonna lose their job. I don't know. I put it to you like this. I don't know whether anything on TikTok is real, but I do know women die.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, the woman who got shot at because she told a man no, I'll use her as an example. I ain't got to use this last lady because next week it'll be somebody else and it'll be for real.
Oh boy. I didn't even hear about it. I didn't even know nothing about no brick and
Here's my thing. Social media has got people putting dumb shit on the internet. Because if
yeah.
somebody hit me in the face with a brick, I'm not gonna post it that night. If somebody hit me in the face, if somebody run me over with a car, if somebody shooting at me, any of that shit, I'm not gonna post it.
Yeah. What happened to being embarrassed? No,
It's not being
nobody's embarrassed
embarrassed.
no
I
more.
It
wouldn't have
ain't
been
nobody.
embarrassed. I'd have been at the police department.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it ain't nobody business. It ain't nobody fucking business. It's not
yeah,
your
that's what I
business.
mean. Like, except the people that's close enough, or people you just choose to. I don't know. I don't know how that works,
Because
but
people want to
Unless
be.
she was showing him, the person who did it, so she could find out who he was.
okay.
I don't see any point in going live.
Oh, she taped the whole incident. What
No,
happened?
she just taped her saying that she got hit and he
I thought
gone.
she was live. I thought she was live. The other one, she got a video of me live. She
She
was
went
live.
live after the fact. He was gone. Like she did that whole live. She said, "Oh, he got in the car and left. The dude wasn't
Oh.
there. He was never there." And then she went live again later on at the clinic
Mm.
alone. She was never there to be able to show the dude. Like that would be your reasoning for going live. Let me show this dude that just hit me.
Well, I don't think. I mean, real talk. I don't think nobody. If somebody just hit somebody in the face with a brick, they're not gonna stay around because even if her face didn't blow up like she said it did, there's still assault. I don't believe you just gonna sit there and wait for somebody to get out of. You stupid as fuck. You sit there and wait for somebody to pull out their camera to videotape you assaulting
I
them.
did
So
that. I did that. I did that. Right.
you waiting for somebody? Man, if I just bust a bitch in the face with a brick, I ain't at home. By the time that bitch
Uh-huh.
came out of my pocketbook, I'm at home.
Yes.
But that's what
Yes.
I'm
I ain't
saying. So there was no
at home.
reason to turn on the camera. She couldn't catch him. She didn't
But
catch the
you
car
gotta
driving
understand,
away. She could have caught
just
the
like
car
us,
driving away. She didn't
just like
catch
us,
nothing.
we do this shit. We do this shit. We're not stupid enough. We grown. We grown as hell. We're not stupid enough to do no dumb shit for clicks and views. We're not stupid enough to go our kids sick and put their information out there. That's not us. But it is
Mm-mm.
millions of people who will go on YouTube, who will go on TikTok, Instagram, Snap. You still Snapchat?
Yes. Yep.
Twitter with their entire life. And it be true. And you be sitting up there going, I don't really care. I don't care about 99.999. Actually, I can give y'all. I really don't care about 100% of the people I don't know.
Right.
If your phone is, if I haven't spoken, I've spoken to Just Crystal. So if Just Crystal pop up, I'm gonna look at it and go, oh, that's fucked up, because I know I've heard her voice. I've talked to her.
Mhm.
Leilani, yeah, Leilani, I'm gonna check. Yeah, yeah. But if your number is not in my phone, I 100% don't give a shit about you, your kids, or none of them. Now, celebrities, I give a superficial shit about their stuff. Like,
Mhm.
oh, it's on the thing. Ooh, okay. Like, Krishan had the baby. Ain't nobody gonna give Blueface a damn stuffed animal, let alone a real baby. So I ain't worried about that mess. I don't care about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion.
Mhm.
Because they don't care about me. I don't care about me.
I was gonna say that. Yes,
They
they
don't
don't
care
care
about me.
nothing. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. What I'm
So
gonna.
these people who put all their stuff out there and all their business on the line and everything,
Yeah.
it ain't do it for attention. Especially if, like, celebrities don't have to do nothing extra. They running away is news. But for
Mhm.
people like us, content creators, if they don't have something, if they can't run a live like we do, or cook, or this and the third, they don't have content for their platform, then they
Yeah.
got to do it the best way they can. You got people making that. You got people that want to argue all the time, fuss and fight all the time. That
Yeah.
same girl, which I was talking about with the brick on her face, she used to make videos where she would pretend that she was slapping people.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, so it is.
Well,
My
there
thing is
you
this.
go.
That's for sure.
Mhm.
I don't. Here's the thing: when people say like Leilani and us, and are we just talking about it? I don't know 100% certain what happened because I
Mhm.
wasn't there. But my
Mhm.
thing is that for every one person that she do that lie, there are 10 real women who are getting hurt and killed every day.
That's true.
Yep.
You can
Yep.
Google it.
That's
For
true.
every one, for every liar, there
Mhm.
are 100 truth tellers. For every woman sitting up there cussing her man out because he worked 12 hours a day and you lonely, so you fuck his brother, there's a woman sitting over here trying to keep her man from putting his foot on her neck because he
Mhm.
didn't like what she cooked for dinner.
Yeah. We had a lady. What was it last this week? Who came in, and she came in, and we're taking notes and writing down what's going on and all that stuff. And so she told one of the ladies, she said, I got a concussion, a concussion. So the lady kept saying, huh? And she just kept saying it and kept saying it. And we like, well, who told you that? What's going on? And she was like, because I hit my head, and I can't think, I can't talk, I can't think straight, I know what's going on with me. So we like, okay, well, you're gonna have to be examined. You're gonna have to, and so right away when someone come in there with certain things, depending on what it is, we have to call the police and stuff. And so, because I don't know if this lady have a nursing background or what, or knew how to come in here and say it where she didn't want nobody involved, but before we know it, this lady had left. And I mean, we were searching the bathrooms, we were searching we walking all over the place, everybody looking. So then finally, we went to the security, and we were asking him, like, did somebody come out of here with blah, 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 blah? And he was like, oh, that kind of sound familiar, but that person came out of here, but they didn't have on what y'all said what this person had on, but I do remember the hair. So we went back and looked at the cameras. For some reason, this woman went and changed her clothes. We didn't backtrack now, went to the bathroom and seen the clothes that she wore in there in the garbage can, and she didn't left out the hospital because she knew that somebody was getting ready to come after whoever had did this to her.
Where'd
And
she
I'm
get a
just
whole
like,
set of clothes? She brought them with her?
she must have had them with her in her jacket or her purse, or because I didn't see everything she came in there with. I just seen her when she came in, and of course they're how they be giving us the what's going on and all of this. And I'm just like, was it that serious that she probably was protecting somebody and that she's refusing care for herself?
Yep.
What?
Yup.
What? Somebody she
She
didn't
was
want to
trying to
get.
quickly, secretly get some help, get some medicine or something for the concussion so she could sneak on back home.
Yup.
Yes. Yes. It's that serious. I'm like, oh
All
no,
you
I
gotta
don't.
all you gotta do is watch Lifetime. All you gotta do is spend one good Saturday and Sunday on Lifetime, and you can see exactly what women have had to do to survive.
Yeah.
Starting at the burning bed to now.
Yeah.
I watched one based on a true story where this man kept his daughter kidnapped and in the basement for 20 years having babies for him.
Oh, girl.
That
I
was
saw the
What?
one where I saw the one where the little girl was kidnapped, and because her parents was trying to pimp her out and hold her out, she was kidnapped, raped, and she got away. But they didn't believe her because of how her mama, her grandmama, and her stepdaddy was.
Mm. Mm.
Another little girl, the same little actress played another little girl. They got
Mm.
kidnapped. She got away from a serial killer. She helped catch a whole serial killer. Dude had been killing women and they wasn't paying attention because he was killing prostitutes. And they don't care. So
Mm.
I watched this show called Evil Lives Here. And what it is, it's normally a spouse situation, husband, wife, significant other, baby daddy, baby mama situation.
Mm.
And one of the people in the relationship is a monster, like a better term.
Mm.
A serial killer, a serial rapist, child killer, something.
Mm.
So, and we watch it because you sit there, you watch and you watch because hell, true crime it is what it is. It's very interesting. True crime is
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't think that the women or the survivors, for lack of a better term, understand what they're saying or their part they played in getting to this place. Because I'd be just as mad with the women sitting up there telling their story as the people they're telling their story on. Because at every
Yeah.
turn, these women are telling their story, not somebody else's story. It's not an actress. It is the actual person. It is the sister. It's the baby mama. It's the ex-wife. It's the present wife. It's the daddy. It is the person in the relationship with this person, either my son or my wife or my girlfriend, whatever. It is the
Right.
person that had actual day to day dealings with this person on a personal level telling the story. And on each and every turn, if it's a parent talking about a child, I saw it, but I didn't believe it. I saw it, but I made excuses. I saw it, but I helped him cover it up. I didn't believe he would do that, but I saw him do this, which is the same thing as that, but it happened to me. But I just knew he wasn't going to do it to somebody else, but I just knew he didn't do that because he didn't do it to me. That's the
Mm.
parent or the wives and girlfriends.
You're right.
Before
Mm.
I became a wife, I saw what he was doing, but I needed him to love me, so I ignored it. I
Yeah.
I can't, y'all. Look here, and I'm sorry, and I'm sure it's victim blaming, or so somebody gonna be mad, and what? Don't do that.
Mm.
I can't. I can't hold on to a man to keep another woman from getting hurt.
Mm.
That's not my job. It's not my job to get hurt. So he won't go hurt somebody else.
Mm.
So she won't go hurt somebody else. It is not my job to endure torture, mental, physical, sexual, so that they won't go do it to somebody else. Tell on them.
Mm.
At each and every turn, there has been an opportunity to snitch. At each and every turn, it's been an opportunity to tell their mom and them. It's been an opportunity to tell their friends and them. It's been an opportunity to tell the police. You had situations where the police that came to the house. Well, he was here. You're lying. He wasn't there.
Mm.
So the last one, so this past weekend they did, because Cause on ID channel they'll do a marathon.
Mhm.
So they did a repeat of one that I had seen. This is Black Lady, and they did one I hadn't seen. The
Mhm.
white lady. So the black lady was her whole situation was she met this guy. He had this good shtick. He had this good thing, but she had her own thing going on.
Mhm.
House, good job, everything. She had everything going for herself.
Mhm.
So the first time she goes to his house, it turns out not to be his house, but it was his house. He told her it was his house. Turns out not to be his house. It's his mama's house.
Oh boy.
They up in his room, and his mama said something to him. And he cusses out and shows out his mama and tells his mama to apologize. She decided that was okay.
Mm.
He was just, he was just protecting me, not letting his mama in our relationship. Now,
Okay.
first of all, you disrespect your mama, you going to disrespect me.
Hello. Hello.
Leilani?
Mhm.
Huh?
Okay. You was quiet. I was You
I
just,
was wanted to say
and
on that part.
I know Leilani watched the same stuff I watch, so I ain't even worried. I know she watched it.
uh, I just want to say one thing on that part because I've been there where, like, with the first guy that I was with, and we were living together, and we had decided to move. Yeah, well, we had decided to move in together and all that. I had met him through a coworker at work,
Uh-huh.
and he wasn't working with us, but she had knew him, and me and her was, hanging out. Well, she ended up having a baby by my brother and all that stuff. And but me and him was together. Our relationship after about a year and a half did become um violent. Domestic, a lot of domestic violence was in that too. And back then I didn't really fight back. I was just like really accepting it, embarrassing as it may be. But there was the one time where our neighbor heard us fighting and she called the police. And the police came and he got arrested because I had bruises and stuff on me. Do you know? I went all the way to court with him because once he was released and all of that stuff, and they gave him a court date to come back and wait on me to come and, talk to the judge and all of that stuff, so they can move forward with it. I went all the way to the courtroom with him, me and him. Now, me and him then got back together and we done made up. You know what I mean? We back boyfriend and girlfriend. We never, you know what I mean? And I'm sitting up in the courtroom and they calling my name, Krista, Krista. I'm
Somebody gonna
sitting,
come get Bentley.
huh?
If somebody gonna come get Bentley because he tripped.
Oh,
He just sit down there patting me and now he's in my mouth. Go ahead, I'm listening.
okay. But I was sitting up there in the courtroom like I wasn't even there. And the lady that had talked to me, she's sitting there like, Cole, they're so you can, this guy, this is not going to stop. This is just the beginning. And had I known, it really was just the beginning, but I had trusted him that this was going to stop.
Okay,
And
I got
things,
a question. Okay, I got a question. Because I be always wanting to ask them on TV because I talk to the TV a lot, by the way. Bentley, would you leave me alone? Uh, why are you trusting him?
ah,
What did he do? And now that you can look back
yeah.
and see all the stuff he did, okay, Billy, okay, I'm ready. Okay, what did he do that would give you
Mhm.
the ability to trust him with your life?
Yeah. You know what I'm going to say to that, Lisa? I didn't really realize how much I actually was trusting him with my life. I thought it was strictly because even my cousin would say, "Why don't you?" I mean, it's so many. You can, if it's just a man you want. There's other people that's talking, and I'm like, no, I love him. We moved in together. We sharing bills. We doing. You could do all that yourself. I'm like, okay, I know that, but I love him. And and the only thing I could say was at that time I was just in love. I know I was in love with what was going on down there. You know what I'm saying?
That was love. That was love. That was love. That was
Yeah,
nasty.
That lustful love is, huh?
Okay, but at some point, okay. I ask questions. My bad. So
Hmm.
at some point, because you're telling this story as an actor. At some
Yeah.
point,
Oh yeah. That's it's after.
you had to go. You know what? It ain't that good.
You know
What
what I
was?
had to do, Lisa? I'm gonna be honest with you. I had to actually pray about him. I had a daily prayer because I had when it had gotten one day, I had came home because I'm one of those people. I may not react to what you do to me right then. I think about my thing, I plan it out, and then I'm coming for you. Okay. And the one day I came home and me and him had been having a good week. And I said to myself, I don't care how good our week is. I'm going to get him back because I'm tired of everything that he's doing to me. There's times he would wake me up out of my sleep beating on me because he didn't had a or he didn't follow me at work and said that he seen me smiling up in men's faces and all kinds of crazy stuff. So I came home this one day and I got in the bed. He came home from work. He went in there, he took his shower and stuff. And then he came in there and got in the bed and he laid down and I pretended I was asleep. And I waited good. He turned the TV on and stuff until he started snoring and he turned the TV off and he turned over. And when he turned over, I got on top of him as if I was getting ready to ride the hell out of him, okay? Give him a real good time. And he just turned over like,
Mhm.
and I took a knife and put it to his throat. And I told him, if you ever, and he just looked, and I could still see him now with his eyes was big as saucers. And he was like, don't do this, Krista. Don't do this. And I said, let me tell you something. If you ever put your hands on me again, I said, promise you what I'm going to do to you. Okay. And I can, no,
Mhm.
I ain't going to say that on here.
Right.
And I then looked, and that's when I told him, and I got up and I put my clothes on and I told him, I said, you know what? One of us got to leave and it ain't me. But I left that day. I called my cousin to come get me. I didn't have no car and I wasn't driving then. But I told him, I said, you know what? You're not worth me spending the rest of my life in jail. And hopefully I'm not worth you spending your life in jail. But I knew then I had to really get up out of that because now that's all that man had to do was like take his neck and go up and that knife would have went through his throat. That's how I had it on there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's when I said no more. And I just began to pray. I began to pray every day to God to take the feelings I had for him to take that away from me because he's no good for me. I realized he was no good for me because we would have good days and all of this. And then it would lead back to us fighting and and then I had became violent. That's how I ended up getting violent in this second relationship. He
Right.
ticked me off. And then I'm the one who brought violence into my last relationship. That's why I tell people all the time. It's sometimes it be the women too. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I brought
Right. You
violence into
do.
my second relationship. The first time he ended up leaving with my car, and I don't let nobody drive my car. But he was supposed to went around the corner to McDonald's to get him something to eat and bring my car back. He done took my car. He done went for a joyride. And when he came back, oh, I wasn't nobody nice. I was nobody nice. And he stood 6'3", and I'm 5'3". Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I stood on top of that step and I wasn't nothing nice. And that was the first time, the same one I slapped. Okay. That was the first time that violence came into our relationship. And yeah, I started that. And then before you know it, me and him getting angry, we hitting on each other like
yeah.
kids. You know what I'm
That,
saying? That's why I say sometimes it don't. I'm not saying it don't always be the man, but I have to tell my part too. I have to tell the truth too. You know what I'm
and, and,
saying?
and I applaud you for that, because the reality is we all have to take responsibility for what
Yeah.
we bring to the table in the relationships that we're in.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering, because I'm always hollering at the TV, like the TV gonna answer me, and I be wanting to ask them, because I sit up here and on all these shows, on all these different networks about all these different relationships, the main theme is that you always could have left. And people say that it's hard to leave, and I understand that, because I was in a situation. It wasn't physical. It wasn't a physical situation, but it was mental. And it was verbal,
Mm-hmm.
and it got to the point where my son would feel the effects of that, and that's where my line was drawn. Had it been
Oh.
me, I'd have been. Realistically, had it just been me,
Mm-hmm.
because I was in a state that I didn't have anybody. I was in a city I didn't have anybody. In the state that I was 2 hours away from family, and I didn't have a car. So had it been me, I'd have been. Trust me when I tell you, when I want to do me, doing me is easy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm almost positive I should have been there a couple times when I do me, because I'm like, I will hurt your feelings. I have no problem. However, because I had my son, I couldn't just be left out there in trying to figure out where we're gonna sleep at in a place I didn't know anybody or have anything like that.
Yeah.
And I was for that person. So it took me a minute. It took me about 2 weeks. But
Mm-hmm.
that night, I called that night, the next day I talked to my sister, we was talking on the phone, and I told her what had happened. And she
Mm-hmm.
was like, "We coming tonight." I was like, "No." I was like, "No. Um, it's a holiday. I don't want Nick to miss any school. I'm about to call and see what school's zone y'all are in. Get him registered at that school to start on this day." It was actually after Valentine's Day,
Mm-hmm.
and um, we've been sleeping in separate rooms. I don't know. Once you bring my kid into an argument about grown folks, you don't
Mm-hmm.
give a shit about me. You don't care about me, because you understand that already. Him hearing us arguing is putting you at a deficit in my
Mm-hmm.
book. But when
Yeah.
you bring me to our argument because you mad with me about something, because you having dreams about me liking somebody in Maryland, that's what it started. What
Mm-hmm.
did you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you going through my phone and seeing somebody I don't talk to anymore, because I did know somebody in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
But we weren't talking. We was arguing. Matter of fact, we were so not talking that we was damn near fighting ourselves.
Oh, I was getting ready to say, was that DC that he was having the thoughts about?
No. I didn't.
Oh.
No, she was in Virginia. I knew her, but we hadn't gotten that far into it yet. It wasn't until I moved to
Oh.
Maryland that me and DC got into the DC. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
I think, babe. Okay, I thought she could hear me, but she couldn't hear me. But no, it wasn't until I moved. But no, I mean, I knew I met her online before I met the person I live with,
Oh, okay.
and we had been talking, but I was shit 12, 13, 16 hours away from her. So I ain't
Oh.
gonna hold nobody down to be trying to across the world relationship nobody. And then I moved to Texas. We was 24 hours away from each other, even further. So no, I
Yeah.
ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? So we talked and chit chatted online, but that was it. And then she
Okay.
got a girlfriend, and then nah, okay, I'm cool. You know,
Okay.
so
Mm-hmm.
but now you either you going through my shit and
Mm-hmm.
telling on yourself, or you psychic and wrong.
Not psychic and wrong.
Psychic and wrong. So that was the argument about. But when you bring Nick in there, nah, dude, come on now.
Yeah.
That night I was done. That night, people don't understand. I don't do breaks. Let me start by saying this. I don't do breaks. There's no such thing as a break in my world.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you come to me, because I know you want to break with me so you can go home and then come back because you want to stay here, but you don't want to stay here.
Mhm. Mhm.
So if we break it, we broke.
Mhm.
I'm single.
Yep.
I'm not on a break. I'm not on a break because every
Mhm.
time I hear somebody say we was on a break, how long was the break? Two
Yeah.
days. There was no
Mm-mm.
break. That's an
Mm-mm.
overnight shift.
Yep.
It's not.
Mhm.
So no. So every time I hear somebody talk about they was on a break or a 2 week break
Somebody got
or
something they
she
want to
was
go
in
do.
jail or she went to jail overnight or she was in jail or he was in jail for a week.
Mm-mm.
But
Mm-mm.
anyway, so I don't break. There's no such thing as a break in my world. We either together or we not.
That's right.
So
Mhm.
when you brought my kid into it, all I heard was, I guess we broke up.
Mm.
That's all I heard. I moved out of the room, moved in the room with Nick, and that was it. So I assume they assumed that I was just cool, and when I cooled off, it would be okay for you to be reckless. This is my baby, boy. You know how long since we had this boy? You know how old I was when I had this boy?
Mhm.
Oh, you don't got my face. Yeah, you don't got my face. I talked to my sister. We got a plan. That bitch went to work at 9 o'clock in the morning. By 1:30. It was the day, I can tell you what day it was, because the only reason we was there till 1:30 because they had Whitney Houston funeral on the TV, and my sister girlfriend was walking around singing Whitney Houston songs, looking at the TV. So that's, I can tell you what day it was. She went to work at 9. By 1:30, my stuff was gone. I packed up all my stuff, but before I left, I cleaned the house, made sure she had food in there,
Mhm.
left the stuff I bought because I couldn't carry it and I didn't want it no way because stuff.
Okay.
Took the peanuts she bought, 'cause that was mine,
Mhm.
and was gone. And didn't look back. Now that was February. You
Mm.
don't try to contact me till October? Come on, man. You ain't want me. You just want to be right.
Mhm.
So no. So no, no. I
Yeah.
understand that you can't just walk out the door that day.
Yeah.
And with
Yeah.
physical
We
abuse,
had
you
a
have
lot
to
of
break
stuff
that
that
abuse.
we had invested together and
And that's
stuff.
cool. You can break that stuff up apart. Well, y'all
Yep.
get see, not you. And when I say y'all, I don't mean you in
Mhm.
particular. It's just y'all
Right.
as a general. When people get to
Right.
making nitpicking about little stuff like that, about
Mhm.
stuff that you don't have to be in the same room to do, then
Mhm.
you're just nitpicking and making excuses so that you can feel better. Either one of y'all about the situation.
Yep.
You putting your hand on this woman. You sitting up here risking going to jail. You sitting up here and I'm gonna put it on the person that's the aggressor. You sitting up here risking your freedom. You sitting up here hell in some situations your life because people don't understand the death penalty is real and it will take you out.
Yes. Yes. Mhm.
So you risking your life, your
Mhm.
freedom, your
Mhm.
karma, your soul
Mhm.
because you don't want to be with this woman in the right way.
Mhm.
If you can't be with a woman, be with hoes. Shit. Get prostitutes. It is women that do that for a living.
Mhm.
Get your rocks off and go get you a podcast. Leave women alone.
Mhm. Well, now here's my question to you then, because I did ask this like to my niece, because I have a niece, my oldest niece, who is in a relationship, with another lady. And I
Mm-hmm.
asked her, I said, so I had told her about the lady at work because I had told her about her anyway. And plus my niece had seen her before and stuff when they had came up to my job to get me. And I was telling her what had happened. And I said, well, why when I told her that, why was that like her response? Now, me and this lady, we still talk though,
Mm-hmm.
but we work different shifts now. But
Right.
I said, I don't know how to ask her because I didn't want to like go back to that conversation because she does seem to be like she's the kind of person she'll like say something, she like say what she mean what she say. Not that she's nasty, but she's like thorough with it. Okay, I'm done.
Mm-hmm. She
Okay,
blunt.
I'm with that, and she
She's
ain't saying no
blunt.
more.
Right.
Huh?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and which is one of the things that really attracts me to her too. For some reason, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you
But
know what you're saying? It's miserable to be standing on shaky ground. Shaky ground is a bit when you and especially inside a relationship. Because if
yeah,
you deal with somebody who will tell you one thing today, flip it around on you tomorrow, backtrack it on you again later on this afternoon, and in the morning it's a whole other thing, it is miserable sitting up there because you never know who is coming in the house.
mhm,
That
right.
was my problem. With a wishy-washy person, you never know what you're going to get. But you got somebody who you know is straight up 100% power with you, then you
Hmm.
steady ground is a whole lot better than shaky ground. So that's probably why you like it. Doesn't
Okay.
say this about somebody to say what their level come out their mouth.
Right. And she just, and even like to this day, like I could call her right now. Me and her would stay on that phone for an hour, 2 hours, three, nine if we wanted to. But that's as far as it will never be a relationship ever since I told her about my past. And I just told my niece, I was like, why? I said, now I'm thinking I could think one thing to myself. And my niece was like, Auntie, the only thing I could come up with is that some women find when they get into a relationship with another woman. She was like, because I didn't had a couple of relationships with other women before the lady I'm with now. And she was like, but especially some women, they get in a relationship with other women. She's like, and I don't know, it heightens whatever they already doing. It makes them, I don't know, just some of them women just got crazier about certain things. And so maybe she feel like if that's still down there, that you finna bring that in with you and her. And I'm just like, oh, okay. She said, but that's something you really have to talk to her about because nobody can answer that but her, you know, why that was her breaking thing. Because maybe she just vowed that she would never date a woman that's been through domestic violence. Maybe
Probably.
it could just be
Maybe
something that simple.
she was in a domestic violence situation herself and she don't want to go back. So when she heard that you hit somebody, she's like, "No.
Okay.
If she's
Okay.
been hit, she said that's her now."
Or
Okay.
if she's blunt as you say she is, and she's straight up, and she know
I'm
that you're
actually
hit, and she
nervous to
know,
even ask her. Yeah.
and she know you're hit. If she know you're hit, and she know she'll bop your ass too. It's because you try to avoid that. You
Lisa, that's it. That's it. Why you always gotta tell the truth? Why you always gotta make sense?
try, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'll be stupid. Hold on, let me find it. It's in that phone. Domestic violence is just as prevalent in the lesbian and LGBTQ community as it is in the heterosexual community. Women
Yeah.
are very emotional. We are. It is what it is. Men have been taught through the years to not be emotional, to hold their
Mhm.
shit in, to not
Yeah.
show emotion. Don't cry. You supposed to be strong. You supposed to boss up. You supposed to put your big boy drawers on, do what you got to do. Women, however, we are emotional
Yeah.
and we show our emotions
Mhm.
quicker and stronger. And
Mhm.
it's two women now in a relationship,
Mhm.
and the emotions are just out there, just fresh. And
Mhm.
that's a lot of straight women. And I
Mhm.
say straight, not bi women, but straight women get in a relationship with women because they want that, because they've had the male version of a relationship, because
Mhm.
they are heterosexual. They're attracted to men. But they want the emotional openness that a
Mhm.
woman provides. But they just can't get over the fact that it's not a man.
Mhm.
Because even though people talk about sex is not important, it's not important to be in a relationship with your best friend. It's not important to be in a relationship with your relatives. However, in a relationship that is romantic, sex is one of the most important aspects of that
Oh, I
relationship.
know that's the most important thing to me. That's 70% of a relationship for me.
And if
I
you're
really know.
attracted to just the penis, You're not gonna stay with a woman because she gives you the emotional support you want. You will cheat on her, and a
But I'm
lot of times,
attracted I'm like a love person. I love to love. I love to
that's
feel love and huh?
pansexual. That's
Huh?
pansexual. I think that's pansexual when you love the person, regardless of the sexuality. A you could date a man, a woman, a trans woman. You could
Um
date somebody. I mean, not you. I'm just saying.
yeah,
Could you date
no.
anybody? Could you date anybody?
No, I can't. I can't just date anybody. But I do find myself very attracted to her as a that's like I have been attracted to other women before, but she's like the first one that have kind of like pursued me in a way, and that I really went on to, go and talk to, and different things like that. She know where I stand with her. You know what I'm
I
saying?
will give you a bit of advice about her and y'all relationship. Just tiny bit of advice. She
Hmm.
told you what she wanted you to know. I
Hmm.
would still, however, go back to her and y'all need to have a talk and you need to tell her the depth of your feelings and what happened in the situation. You just telling her you slapped him
Yeah, that's what
is
I'm saying. I explained to her what happened because
no,
it's
not
when
just with
she's
him, not just with him, with the
oh
one before that. Because the
oh
reason you slapped him is because of your previous not
yeah.
slapping somebody.
Hmm.
Somebody made you violent. Before the knife, you wasn't violent,
Hmm.
right? You wasn't holding
No,
the knife to
I ain't
the
know
men
nothing
before
about
you
all
dated.
that. I was a
So
church girl. I was a
you
Sunday
learned your
school
violence.
teacher.
You
Yeah.
learned your violence within a relationship,
Yeah.
and that you took to another relationship.
Hmm.
The reality is that you need to tell us, say, look, I understand where you're coming from, and protecting
Hmm.
your peace. And I don't, you don't have to tell me the specifics as to why you have such a strong stand. But I would like to
Hmm.
let you know where I stand and why what happened happened. It wasn't just I'm sitting up there slapping the shit out of men for no reason. I
Right.
want you to
But I'm not that
find,
person. Yeah.
you need
I can't
you
even
need
see
to
myself being like that no more.
you might want to just, invite her out for coffee. Or you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Invite her to the it's getting wait, where y'all live at? Where y'all live in New York?
Hmm.
It's getting ready to be cold. Invite her to the pumpkin
Honey, it's
patch.
already cold here.
I know. But the
Hmm.
pumpkin patches and shit. You know what I'm saying? Something that is not something that doesn't say date, but so we all have a chance to be by yourself and talk.
Yeah, we
Y'all
go we go
talk.
out. She take care of her mom too now. Her mom got sick. So we do like when the mother's caregiver come, they give her like a I forget what they call that. When they give you the caregiver a break. They call it a
Furlough.
I think
Like a
um
photo of her. They gotta
yeah,
say the
yeah, where they give yeah, something like that, where they give the caregiver a break or whatever. And I'll like come and like meet her somewhere, because because we live so far apart, it'll give us more time to spend together. Or,
talk to her.
if
Let her know that I understand where you're coming from, and I would like to know your story
hmm
because there may be a story to that. She might be
hmm
blunt, but there may be a story to that situation,
and the
and
reason
maybe
I'm
you
trying to really get an understanding from y'all, even because see, I'm trying not to think that like maybe she got somebody else. You know what I mean? I don't want to think that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because the way me and her, to me, she still leads me on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a chance with me and her, but
she might not be
but
able to stop herself from liking you because there's a reason the lesbians be moving in together over the weekend.
hmm
But that's
I don't
also
even
a
want
reason
to live
why they
with
be
nobody.
moving. Well, no, I mean, I'm just saying. You know the joke about the U-Haul lesbian. There's a
Yeah.
reason
Oh,
why there's a joke. There's a reason why it's a joke. Because
oh,
even
okay.
though there's a reason why it's a joke. So even
Okay.
though she told you what she told you, that doesn't mean she stopped feeling what she was feeling, which is
Yeah.
probably why she's still. hanging, while y'all still
When
hanging
she
around.
when
She
we be
told you who she told.
together, when we be together, we hold hands, and stuff. She always give me, we always give each other a kiss when we, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we don't like
You broach the
tongue
hard
kiss.
subject. You just need to broach the hard subject. You need to say, this is nice and all, but I like you, and I want to know what's up. I mean, and
Mhm.
that's another thing with relationships.
Yeah, I don't know how to be. I don't know how to
Don't be
be the
scared to
person.
get what you want. What you want? What you want, Crystal? What you want?
I like her a lot, but I don't know how to. I ain't never been
Go
the person to tell nobody I like them first or nothing. I
Okay,
ain't.
yeah. How you? That's another thing. If you like somebody, two people like each other, sitting over there liking each other, saying "I like you" in my head. So unless one of y'all is psychic, ain't neither one of y'all gonna hit it.
Lisa, she was the one pursuing me first from the gate. So we need
Right?
to keep
You
being.
said the sacrilegious happened, so you threw it. You threw that in the court. She threw it back. It's now your turn to throw
We
back the
we
hey.
just
You know
kiss.
what?
We don't tongue kiss or nothing like that, Lisa. We just give each other a kiss, and you know how you leave your
You
friend and you
want to do some more, but you want to do more than that. You want to rub on
tell
a
her.
booty. Well, then you need to tell her that.
I can't tell her that, Lisa. No,
The only
no.
thing
Come
she
on
can
now.
say is no. The only thing she can say is no. The only thing she can say is yes. There was the only two answers to that situation. The only way forward is forward. Yeah, because you sitting up there liking her and holding her hand and chit chatting and chilling and not knowing where you stand, you just as bad as other motherfuckers that left you not knowing where you stand. You leaving yourself situated like that. She not
Lisa,
leaving you situated like that. You want her to go get her.
no.
And if she don't,
I'm
and
a.
here's the thing, if she doesn't respond the way you want her, then you have clarity.
Mhm.
Then you know where you stand. Then when you do interact with her, you
You
don't
don't
have any
want to honestly
running
know
from
what I be thinking, Lisa.
her.
You don't honestly want to know what I told my best friend. What I think it is. I told my
What's that?
best friend. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I told my friend. I said she just like any other man that can set up here and pursue a woman, come after her, and then they want to get in your drawers, and then they get to hit you back with I told you I ain't want to be in no relationship.
That's
You know
why
what I'm
before
saying?
you give them drawers up, you at the age now that you ain't got to get
Yeah,
up no
and see,
drawers
I
anymore.
don't do all of that. I don't go pulling down underwears and stuff like that. Just you know what I mean?
However, you tell her how you like her for real, and
Yeah.
that this that we're doing, you tell her I like her for real, and that this that we're doing is not serving me.
Hmm.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. The
But I
situation you're in with her is
call
not
myself
serving you.
being
It's not serving you, baby, because you still wanting her, and you
patient.
still wanting somebody.
But don't you think
Maybe
I'm
you
being?
don't want. Say what?
Don't you think I'm just being patient? I'm just taking it
How
slow,
old are
maybe
you? How
taking
old
it
are you?
slow.
How old are you?
I'm fit. I'll be 53 in
You
November.
grown. You grown. You ain't gotta be slow no more. That's some young folk shit.
Oh, oh, okay.
That's some young folk shit.
Mm.
That's some that's some in your 20s, maybe your 30s, hell up to the party of 40s. Do you want her? Then let her know you want her. Then, if she doesn't want you in the same way, if this is not gonna go any further than holding hands and a peck on the cheek, then now you know how to move.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now you don't know how to move. Right now, I'll take the hug and I'll take the hand holding and I'll take the peck on the cheek because it
Mm-hmm.
fulfills a slight amount of what I want, but it doesn't fulfill you. And you don't know how to move. You don't know where to stand. You don't know where you stand with her.
But don't forget, she already done told me we can.
She told you, but did y'all
It's
talk
my
about
best.
it? Did you talk about it? Did y'all sit up there after she told you what she said?
Subject back up. Because I'm gonna be honest. Okay, let me just be honest with you. I'm scared. See, now you make me tell you everything. I'm scared. Like if I bring that back up, I'm gonna be honest. Like that, pretty much because, like I said, she's one of them blunt people. I said what I said, people. That it'll just be, you know what? Okay, well, look, we ain't talking no more. You
And
know what
then
I'm
that's
saying?
fine. That's fine. And you might have to deal with that because
Hmm.
right now,
But I like
y'all
her even
talking
as a
is the
friend.
problem.
Yeah, but I like her even as a friend. Cause me and her
Okay,
have
find you
long.
somebody else. Find somebody else. Go on a date with somebody.
Oh
I don't care
Lord.
male or female. I don't care male or female. Go on a date with somebody you want to
Lisa,
have sex
I
with.
tell you that I'm 52. I'll be 53 in November.
Go on a date.
All
Go
right,
on a date.
y'all.
Go on a date with somebody you want to have sex with.
Yeah,
Who do I need to call?
Where you come in at? Go
I
on
will
a
give
date.
y'all her number. Don't tempt me, because I will give y'all her number and tell y'all call
Go,
her and talk to her and tell her.
go, go on a date with somebody that you are physically attracted to. I don't care who it is,
I think
because
she
if
need
you
to be on
want
the
to be
panel.
friends with her, because if you're fine with just being friends with her, and she's told you that's all she's wanted, then you need to put yourself out there in the dating pool. Because what you're doing is hanging your dating pool on her back, and if that's not somewhere she want to be at, you need to take it off and put it on somebody that want it,
Yeah,
so that
because
you can sit up
I wasn't
there and have
thinking
a
about
friend.
because I really wasn't thinking about anybody right now. I'm like you was talking about that. That's why I said I'm happily. That's why I put in thing. I said I'm happily single most of the time, but there is times, especially when I'm with her, that sometimes I'll be like, oh man, I was just so we were so happy and I felt so good when we went out and stuff like that, or when me and her be talking and stuff, I'd be like, oh man, this is just wonderful. You know what I'm saying to myself? That's why I said, but the other times I'm all right being single. I'm okay. I'm good.
Do we got
I'm
to put her
glad.
on the panel?
Huh?
Do we got to call her and put
She
her on the
don't even
panel?
know that I do YouTube. She don't even, I mean, she don't even know that I be on YouTube. Nobody on my job know about me and YouTube. Mm-mm.
And keep it like that for real.
Oh, okay.
All I'm saying is the reason I'm saying go on a date with somebody you're attracted to is because if you're fine and you want her in your life and you're too scared to broach the subject of dating with her, then you need to get dating off the table with her and put it
Mm-hmm.
somewhere else. And the only way to do that is to look at somebody else in that particular way.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you keep looking at her the same way you look at somebody you want to have sex with, then you're gonna always look like you belong to somebody else and you don't belong to nobody. And
Yeah,
eventually it's not going to be enough.
yeah.
Eventually her friendship is not going to be enough. And it has nothing on her. Not her fault. She didn't do it. Sometimes we have to. I had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do it. I had to take my plate out in front of somebody that didn't want to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
They were still eating off of it, instead of eating off of it, instead of being satisfied by it.
Mm-hmm.
But always trying to find somewhere else for the plate to go other than in their closet, other than their cabinet. That's why I started talking and going online. That's how I met DC.
You mean
You
like
want me
on
to talk to somebody
dating?
else? I don't care how you do it. I don't care how you do it.
Oh, I don't know how to. I never did all of that. I
Online,
don't,
online, at the store, at the grocery store, at the
yeah.
bodega, down the street, in the club. I mean, at the park. I don't care how you do it.
Mm. I could just, if it's not gonna be me and her, I could just wait on. If
You
God
cute
sends
one night.
somebody.
She cute one night. Go to the club. Go out. Take yourself out on a date. Date yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because as long as you are hoping on one thing that has already told you that's not what it is, and
Mm-hmm.
you're too scared to see if it's gonna go further, you're gonna be shaky. You're gonna be wobbly. And it doesn't feel good. That
So,
not
but I
being
don't.
steady with somebody you like don't feel good. And if you like her like that, but
Mm-hmm.
she's giving out mixed signals. I think you said earlier her signals was kind of mixed. And if she's
It's
giving out mixed signals, then you need to go somewhere and see if because here it'll do two things. It'll either let you know that, yeah, I'm cool just being her friend,
mm-hmm.
or it'll give you the courage to see if you can be more than friends because you realize that what you really want is over there with her. Because right now,
Mm-hmm.
you cool with being her friend and hoping that maybe one day she decides that your slap happiness is okay with her. But what if she don't never decide that? What if one day she comes to you talking to you in a friendly way about some girl she met.
Oh God, Lisa, I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be all bad. I don't know. That's gonna be
See,
all
that's
bad.
I'm telling you
See,
about some girl that
maybe she right. Maybe I still do got something down in me because just you saying that to me, it like sparked something up in me, girl.
you
Mm-mm.
wanted to fight.
Mm-mm. That ain't gonna go over well, Lisa. That's not gonna go
Well,
over well.
you need to find out then. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You need to, and I don't know if it's courage or whatever it is, because you say you're
Mm-hmm.
scared. But you know what? It ain't gonna kill you to
Mm-hmm.
know the truth one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
But it will kill you when she sits up here and y'all talking on the phone and you got that girly thing that we all get when we talking on the phone to somebody we like, twirling that imaginary phone cord around our fingers while we sit up
Girl,
there
how
listening
you
to the
know?
song.
Ain't that the truth?
That all girls do when they talking to somebody. They're like, I still do it when I talk to. I still do it when I talk to DC on the phone. I still do it if I haven't talked to her in a while. And when she out, I don't be wanting to bother her. Like I don't think she coming home. Hell, she in here, so I ain't just be calling her. Sometimes she be gone tomorrow. I be having to check. So, but when she be talking, I'll just be sitting up there playing with the cord or playing with something. You do it. So it's just what you
That is
do when you talking to somebody you like.
girl, I be twirling that air so you think something was there.
No, but you gotta get that. But we're
Yeah.
at an age now where fear ain't don't factor in our stuff. Excuse me. We done lived through bad shit.
Mm-hmm.
We've lived and came out on the other side of bad relationships, of promises broken, of dates not met, of
Mm-hmm.
fists to the face, smacks to the eye. We've lived to that stuff to where you can't be scared of somebody telling you no.
Yeah. And that's what I like about her too, because she made me laugh. We just have a good time, me and her. You know,
If
we
you
do.
don't go, if you don't go and just talk to her and tell her
Yeah.
that, tell her the truth.
Yeah.
Don't try to figure out no words. Don't try to sit up there and try to get her to
That's why
read
I
between
call
your
myself being
lines.
patient and not saying nothing because I'm like, everything is going well. You don't want to run it, Chris. You just want
It's
to.
not going well because you're not satisfied. You say you're satisfied
I'm
because
kind of
you're allowing.
satisfied. I'm kind of
You say
satisfied.
kind of is not satisfied. You either
Hmm.
are or you not. It's like pregnancy. Satisfaction is like pregnancy. You either are or you're not.
I'm. I.
When you eat a meal,
It's one
you
thing that
either
she
eat that
said.
meal.
Huh?
You eat that meal, baby. It's like when you eat.
Hmm.
I eat. Some days you eat just for sustenance. Some days you eat because your stomach growling and your stomach about to touch your back. And if you don't put something in it, you're gonna fight somebody and everybody, and your head starting to hurt. But some days
Leilani,
you
you
eat.
understand what I'm saying though? Because Lisa being hard on me today for some reason.
Well, you
Leilani,
can talk it.
you understand what I'm saying, Leilani?
I can't help you because
Oh,
I agree.
that's messed up.
I
That's real
agree.
messed up. That's messed up.
Because
Okay.
every
You have
time y'all hanging out, you are sitting there in your head like, why can't this just be? I can't help you, Kristen.
Okay. All right.
and it's again. You think it's attacking you, but when you do it, even if it's a no,
Yeah.
I promise you'll feel better.
But what if
You
I'm
think you won't. You think you won't because we're sitting up here talking, and in your mind, you got this whole relationship mapped out.
mm-hmm.
In your mind, you got this whole relationship mapped out. If I just hold her hand, if I'm just there when she calls, if
Yeah.
I'm available when she has time, then
Mm-hmm.
one day she will see me and she
Mm-hmm.
will know that this is where she's supposed to be.
No,
But you
that
have to
she
give
will
her.
know, not that part, Lisa, that she will know I'm not that person that she said she couldn't be in a relationship with that was
That's
violent.
yourself that you want to be in a relationship. You want her to overlook what she said to be with you. So
Yeah,
you
because
to understand
that's not me. No, that's not me now.
it
That was
is you. Because you just said, when I said, just said, when I
right.
said. What if she comes to you and tells you
Oh
that
yeah, I did, didn't I?
it
Oh,
is you?
oh
It is you, baby.
Lord, that means
Now,
I still need help. I still need help. Like she
now,
said, she was
I
right.
don't know. I don't know if you are
Yeah.
talking to a therapist. I don't know what it did to you in the
Mm.
long term. Because we just talking now. We just
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know what it did to you in your psyche deep down. But it is you now. You don't want it to be you. You
Mm.
recognize it wasn't you at one point.
Yeah.
But
I
it
recognize
is
it's not good to be that way. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
But it
But
doesn't stop you from being that way. Because
yeah.
I felt all through the phone line, through the 4, 5 hours difference between us and you in New York and me in Virginia. I
Mm.
felt it change when I said something about that girl finding somebody else.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
whole flipper changed on the TV.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Whole little flipper changed.
Oh, I gotta do better. Oh. Mm-mm.
So that is who you are. That being said,
You
it's
felt that
not
too, Leilani. You felt that too.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
okay.
being said, you ain't gotta stay that way.
That
Yeah.
comment upset you, and we could feel it, Doc. The whole comment section could feel when you were like, oh, wait.
Oh. Your chest, your booty hole
Lisa
tightened up.
said it. You were immediately like, I don't like what you just said. I don't even like.
Oh, dang. Okay. Well,
Your booty hole got tight. Your
I'm just
shoulders
being
got
honest.
hard. Your
I'm
neck went away.
yeah. It did. It did. I promise you it did. I started looking out the window side eyed, like,
You saw all the women she was looking at. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
yeah.
You
Okay.
was looking at all the women she was looking at. The reality is that the relationship that made you hold the knife also changed you. It
Mm-hmm.
changed a part of you because you still working on survival mode. That person left you on shaky ground. That's why I say that shaky ground is alright with you.
You know what, Lisa? That I swear to God, God is my witness and my judge. Excuse me, anybody that just offended by me saying I swear to God. I'm sorry.
No,
But I promise you, the guy that
Uh-oh.
he told
hello,
me that. He
you back?
told me, huh?
Oh, go ahead. Cause you flash for a second. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I said the last guy that I was with, not the
Mhm,
one, the one from my last relationship, the one I
mhm,
slapped. He told me that. He told me that that first relationship I was in. He
mhm.
told me, I swear to God. He told me, he said that relationship runs you.
Yep.
He used to
Yeah,
tell me that all the time. And for you to really say that, God is my witness and my judge, you're like the second person that has been honest enough to actually tell me that. I've had family members that I have talked to when I did talk to my family about what I went through that
mhm.
perhaps still never quite, told me the truth. But you're like the second person, that's the honest to God truth, that have told me that about that first relationship really did something to you. And
Your family
maybe,
gonna be in your corner. Your family gonna be in your corner. Your family gonna have your back.
right.
And unless you're a trash person, your family is always gonna believe that you're the victim and he is the monster. And they're
Yeah.
not going to tell you that even though he was a monster, he left a little monster on you.
Okay.
Chris, I had a
And
cousin.
that's
And her first boyfriend
Mm-hmm.
beat her.
Mm-hmm.
And he would always beat her and then have sex with her.
Mm-hmm.
When they were
Mm-hmm.
no longer together, when she was an adult,
Mm-hmm.
she could not orgasm if
Mm-hmm.
somebody didn't beat her. It
Oh.
messed her up. It
Mm-hmm.
messed her up.
I watched the Evil Live I was talking about, the one with the white girl. She
Mm-hmm.
had been with this boy since they was in high school. She started making excuses for him when they were dating. They got married because I guess that's what you're supposed to do at 21 and whatever little backwater bumfuck town they was living in.
Mm-hmm.
No sooner did she had a baby, she had a set of twins. All of a sudden he didn't want no kids, and she had to make excuses about that. But what pissed me off and got me at the same time is instead of going home to your mom and them,
Mm-hmm.
who would have taken her in, who would have taken her kids in, and the reason she didn't go home to her mom and them was
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't want to be wrong. That's what she said later on.
Mm-hmm.
She said to get away from him, I learned to take the children and lock us in the closet.
Oh.
And I would stay in there maybe 30 minutes, sometimes up to 2 or 3 hours while he's beating on the closet. But I would take me and my kids in the closet. And even now, because I think he killed somebody, he in jail. Anyway, he in jail. Even now, she said, I still go in the closet. I still
Mm-hmm.
find myself going in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
Bad, good, or indifferent, people leave behind something, especially in romantic relationships. People
Mm-hmm.
leave parts of themselves behind. Sometimes you got a good part, sometimes you don't.
Mm-hmm.
The baggage that we carry, for some reason, we never unpack it. The one thing I said I was going to do when I got with a real relationship was dump them suitcases out. I ain't saying I'm going to get rid of suitcases, but you
Mm-hmm.
might need to pack some more shit up.
Mm-hmm.
All the stuff that was in there, you got to dump that shit out. And if you can't dump it out by yourself, find somebody to help you dump it out. Because he did ruin it to a certain extent. Because
Mm-hmm.
some violence is a deal breaker. Some people, any kind of violence is a deal breaker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for a good back and forth. Me and DC do it every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
Arguing like all that cussing and stuff, that stuff that I did when I told you about, when I
Mm-hmm.
found enough, I don't do that. That's a deal breaker. If me and her was doing that all the time, we wouldn't have made it to you two.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not arguing with you like I love you. I don't do it with my mom and them. I don't do it with anybody. I don't know why I do it. It just is who
Mm-hmm.
I am. I don't know why I am like that. I can't begin to tell you if it's something somebody else did or just a quirk of my personality. But if I'm arguing with you, you all
Mm-hmm.
kind of fucked up bitches, the hoes, the sluts, the cunts, and all whatever I can think of, and whatever
Ooh.
old nasty, and I will bring the shit I know about you into the argument.
Oh, Jesus.
So my deal breaker is arguing. I'm not gonna do
Mm-hmm.
it. If you
Mm-hmm.
somebody that want to call me a stupid bitch for 15 minutes, then you gonna do that by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because in that 15 minutes, I done brought up all your old shit in front of whoever else.
Okay.
And I know that about myself. See, I know
Mm-hmm.
that about myself. I know that I'm just not gonna call you a couple of F's, a couple of C's, and a few bitches. I know I'm not gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that I probably shouldn't be with somebody who likes to argue, fuss, and fight. Because I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it in front of my mom and them. I'm gonna do it in front of the kids. I'm gonna do it at your job. I'm gonna do it whatever the hell that happens. I'm not one to sit up there and go home and do it later on. If we arguing at Walmart, then all your business is about to be out at Walmart.
Oh, see, I'm one of them ones we taking this home.
I'm not riding the car with you nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. And I know that about myself. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, because I know that that particular personality quirk is not going to change because it hasn't changed in however old I am, when I started paying attention.
Okay.
Then when I started paying attention to how old I am, I know it ain't changed all this time. So I
Okay.
just don't, that's my deal breaker. That alcoholic. My mom was one. You're alcoholic, you about to be your drunk asshole by yourself. Somebody who drank and smoke, I'm cool with that. Just conversational chit chat. We go to the club, get a little drunk because I do it. I used to, don't do it now.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little tipsy. I told baby, I said, before it's over with, me and her gonna stumble into the house one night. It's just what it is. But alcoholic, I can't do it. I
Yeah.
can't do it. And ain't
Yeah.
nothing you can say on because you're never not an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
When people say you're recover, you're always going to be a recovering alcoholic, a recovering addict of some kind. You're never not that. You're just in recovery.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I'm fine with people having deal breakers on me. I understand that. If I'm not your cup of tea, I'm cool with that. And I'm not going to make an allowance because I know that that deal breaker will break me.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that somebody has left you into because realistically you had to have a little bit of you said you're jealous. So the next section of jealousy is violence.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way not to take
Yeah, because
jealousy
I mean,
into
I
violence.
ain't no need
It's
in me
always
like, yeah, because my whole thing is I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all and say, oh no, girl, I'm not that. That's not me. Oh no, I'm not that. I'm gonna be truthful. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Ain't no need in me lying and then want y'all to talk to me about something, and then I'm like, I ain't even tell them the whole truth because if they knew it, they'll be saying what y'all saying now. Girl, we felt that through the phone. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just said,
you
what
know
you
that
saying is really giving me something to think about. And now what I'm saying to me as you're talking is, Krista, how do you fix this? You know what I'm saying? How do you fix what's going on in you? That's what I need to work on. You know what
you
I'm
can't
saying?
find
Yeah.
somebody. There are groups, even if you don't. I put you like this: a lot of people can't, especially in the black community, for whatever reason. We are told from a very young age that therapy, psychiatrists, psychologists are not for us.
Oh
That's
yeah,
not
I've been through that.
true.
I've been through
That's
counseling
not
and stuff.
that's not true. But that is just how we were brought up, and that is a generational curse that we need to break. However, if that did not work, or if you feel like you need more, find a support group. You have people that have been through it's the reason that we can talk and chit chat and I can say what I say and it hits you is because we can relate because we have had similar situations. And I'm not talking from a place that I read it in a book. I'm talking from a place
Right.
of I woke up with it. So
Yeah.
find a support group and
Hmm.
listen to other women and men talk about where how they got to where they are and
Hmm.
what they did.
Yeah.
It could be as simple as journaling. It could be as simple as acknowledging what it is and actively not doing it.
Hmm.
I know I'm jealous, and it could be, and I'm going to tell you something. A lot of times we are jealous and overly jealous because we're in a relationship where we don't fit. When I tell you that steady is a thing, it's a
Hmm.
thing. I don't feel anything. When my wife walks out the door, I
Hmm.
don't feel the need to check shit. I don't
Hmm.
look the only time I look and because I love my wife and I want to know where she at, not because I'm trying to figure out what
Hmm.
bitch she with. I'm not
Hmm.
checking her. I tell her bye, especially since I can't go like I used to.
Hmm.
I would be some kind of selfish if I made her sit up in this house with me.
Hmm.
So for this time that I've been down, I made sure she go and do as much as she possibly can.
Hmm.
I look crazy as hell, jealous and mad about that.
Hmm.
You actively might have to just actively not do it. You might have to, when you get into that feeling, figure out a
Hmm.
trigger, find your trigger, and make
Hmm.
sure you got something that stops it. But it could
Hmm.
be as simple as the fact that you've never been in a relationship that didn't have you wobbling. You've never been in a relationship that didn't make you feel like you was a quicksand. Because if you steady and that person and you have no worries, that person can be, my wife can be in a room full of titties and ass, and I will not say nothing.
Hmm.
She can come in here right now, baby. We going to the strip club. Okay, you need some dollars?
Oh no. Oh.
Why not? And
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna use this time to help you. Why not? That doesn't work.
I'm sorry.
Why can't?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat and Leilani, everybody. Jesus help me.
But why not? That girl at work. That girl don't give a shit about your man. Let me tell you, I don't know why. I don't know why women and men think that that person that's on stage give a shit about your spouse or your significant other. That girl at work.
Mm-mm.
Why can't your significant other go to the strip club? Why?
Lisa, Lord, thank
Not
you for this
asking why.
camera. Thank you for this camera being off because, Lord, if you could see me rubbing
I
my
felt some booty hole flip in. It don't matter. I understand. I felt some booty clench.
if you could see me rubbing my head right now. Oh,
But why can't? But why?
oh, Lisa, I
I
would.
can you articulate why, or is it just something in you?
Mm.
If you can't articulate why, then you need to figure out how to get rid of it. If you
Lisa,
can't tell me why my man can't look at the titties and ass,
if she
or my
told
woman
me
can't
that
look
she
at
went to a strip club, if she
why?
told me she went to a strip club, Lisa, I, and even
But
though me and
why?
her supposedly not in no relationship or whatever that she say, we ain't in no relationship. Lisa, that wouldn't go. That's not going.
Again, why?
Mm,
I know what you would do, but I'm asking you, why would you do it?
mm, mm, mm.
My
Can I
wife,
answer
6 years
that
old.
question next week? I'm gonna need some time to think about it.
Why would no? You're gonna answer now because next week you're gonna be set up there and you're gonna be. I don't need you to research it. I need you to tell me why Crystal, because your response was immediate. So your answer needs to be immediate
It was
because
supposed to be. I thought it was gonna be a
you
delay on my phone. I didn't know.
know.
Okay.
Why
I
do
didn't
you
know it
have
was
a
gonna come straight
problem?
through.
And not just naked. Why did you have a problem with him looking at a pretty girl out the window? Why do anybody, but since I'm talking to you and I can ask you questions that I
Yeah.
can't answer to because the TV don't never fucking answer me, so I'm gonna ask you because you're doing everything on TV that makes me holler at the TV. So, since you can answer me, why can't your spouse, partner, whatever, go to the strip club? What is
I
that
don't
person?
want
What
her.
is that person? I didn't ask you what you wanted. I didn't ask you what you wanted. I
Okay.
asked you what's wrong. Maybe I asked it wrong. What's wrong? Not what you want.
Yeah.
What's wrong with your person acknowledging the beauty of another person? Because that's
And
all you're doing at strip club. That's all you're doing. Only on TV is they doing all that fucking in the strip club. Because if not, most of these strip clubs be shut down. Now I'm not gonna say it ain't some sex going on in there, but guess what? If he gonna cheat on you at the strip club, he cheating on you at work. He cheating on you at the McDonald's. He cheating on you at the 7-Eleven. The strip club is not where he going to get no coochie at. The strip club is where he going to get away from extra coochie and just watching it on TV. So people who think that they going to the strip club to cheat is kind of stupid because he's not cheating at the strip club because that's paid. They got to pay you. That's not free.
yeah.
It's a cover charge, it's a liquor charge, and it's a dollar charge to throw the dollars on the strippers. It's
Mm.
not free to go into a strip club. That is not something that you do on just a, you know what, I got $100 to spend, so I'm going to, no, most of them will go buy some shoes or a watch
Mm-hmm.
and pick up the girl in the mall.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Most of them will go to the store and pick up a beer and pick up the girl in the parking lot at 7-Eleven.
But I would just think that I would just want my mate to be like, because I don't
You
think
got
I would never go and look at somebody in their birthday suits on my mate. I would never do that
How
because
about going with your mate?
I
Could
don't even
y'all
want to
go
go with.
together?
I don't
because
even
she
want
be
them
in
looking at
jail. She be in
lusting.
jail. She going to strip club with her partner. She be in jail before the strip before I can see the word strip. When I get to the P, her ass is in the back of the car and the police is taking her away on the P. Strip.
Yeah, I couldn't do that, Lisa. I couldn't. I know I can't. I know I can't. I can't.
And if you don't get your jealousness into order,
Yeah, it's all down in the
you
pit of my
don't,
stomach. My
if
stomach is
you
actually
don't,
jumping right now
if
because
you don't get
just the
your
thought.
jealousness into order, because your problem is not your hand. Your problem ain't your hand. Your
Yeah,
problem is your jealousy. If you
yeah.
don't get your jealousy in order, she's not gonna be the only problem you have.
Hmm.
That's just real talk. And people gonna be nice. People that don't care gonna be nice to you, and they're gonna beat around this bush, smack
Yeah,
the bush, smack it up, and flip it and rub it down.
yeah.
Thank you, thank baby. But the reality is that ain't what you need. You got to
Hmm.
get your jealousy in order because there's nothing wrong with your significant other going to a strip club. There's nothing wrong with your significant other watching porn. Now, if it becomes a habit,
I don't mind the
and
porn thing. I'll watch the porn. I don't mind
if
the
they can
porn.
watch porn, if you can, here's what I don't understand. If you
Hmm.
can watch porn to where people actually masturbate and have sexual thoughts about and physically do something about it,
Hmm.
then to go to a strip club to just watch a girl throw some ones on there that he'll never actually touch or touch himself about. You cool with the porn to where they'll watch the
But
porn and
that's on
jack off drunk to
TV.
that person. It doesn't
That's
matter. That person is sexually fulfilling themselves with somebody on TV.
but I
It's
mean,
better.
we can watch
Hold
that
on. It's
together.
better. It's
But you could
better.
go to the club together. It's the
Together.
same thing. You still
Same
watching.
thing.
That's physical right in front. Them people
It
on
doesn't
TV, they ain't gonna never see
matter.
them people.
And the people on, and they're never going to see them people just because you looking at somebody on that stage. That bitch is not saying that bitch sees thousands of people every day. I don't mean to call you stripping bitches. I just don't know your name. All of a sudden, I turned to Cat Williams. My bad. That stripper is never going to see you
Mm-hmm.
unless she comes to you and you want a lap dance, and you'll never get nobody a lap dance. I don't ever think you'll be that alright. However,
I went to a strip
if
thing
you
one
don't
time.
want a lap dance, that stripper or those strippers, those girls and guys, depending upon where you go, don't see you. You
Yes,
are a
they
dollar
do, Lisa.
bill.
Lisa.
No, they don't. They
Lisa.
don't. Baby, you are a dollar bill. You are money. You are just your
Yeah.
a stripper is a client, just like everybody sat at that bar. I had
Yeah.
hundreds, thousands of people sit in my bar, and guess what? Each and every last one of them had a dollar amount attached to them. That is all they were. I had
Okay.
football players. I had military people. I had pretty. I had beautiful. I had god damn. I had what the hell?
Okay.
But at the end of the day, and I'm one to one. Strippers ain't one to one.
Hmm.
These girls walk around this club in a dark club wanting you to give them money. That's it. If you think the killing part is the people that think you are something other than a dollar bill, the people who are working for money.
Okay.
When you go
Got.
to a table, when you go sit at a table at a restaurant,
Hmm.
that is a stripper with their clothes on because all that girl sees or that guy sees is you at $5, $10, $2, depending upon what your bill is. And if you
Okay.
don't need no money, you all kind of bullshits in the back in the kitchen. That is all you are.
Okay.
The people that work for tips. These girls are out there doing a very intimate act publicly.
Hmm.
Some of them love to do it. Some of them are. I ain't gonna lie. If I could dance and was
Hmm.
fine, or I was fine, if I could dance, I probably would have stripped. Not because I was a crackhead or nothing, because I
Hmm.
don't mind being naked in public. I don't give a shit. It's a titty. It's an ass. It ain't nothing special.
Oh boy.
But
I
I
wear
couldn't.
low cut, but I ain't taking everything off.
I mean, not now. Hell no.
No,
But
I mean even back
I don't want to
then.
scare nobody. Holding up my titties trying to get in the bra. I don't want to scare nobody. But
No, I mean even back then. I wear low cut
no,
and
no, I could have been. If the clothes had been like they was back then, the way they are now,
hmm.
I'd have had two pieces of dental floss on and a little titty tape to visit the club.
Oh Jesus. Jesus.
mad as hell if somebody touched me. Because I wasn't dressing for them. I was dressing for me.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
These girls, now there are some girls, there are a lot of women that I call them girls. I'm sorry. Most of them are younger than me, so that's why you girls. If any strippers are out there, listen, they do. A lot of them do it because they love it,
Mm-hmm.
because of the art form. It is beautiful to me. I ain't gonna
Mm-hmm.
lie. I watch P Valley not just because but they look good.
Mm-hmm.
That those scenes where Mercedes is dancing, where she's lost in the music, is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Is it provocative? Is it naked? Is titties out? Sure it is.
Mm-hmm.
Could somebody get aroused by it? That's their job. But it's a fantasy. You associating emotion with an unemotional fantasy is gonna kill you, baby.
Right. Okay.
This ain't got nothing to do with him
Mm-hmm.
because you'll never be solid. You'll always be sitting there looking at the phone. You'll always be sitting there wondering what if.
Yeah.
You'll never be able to just sit there and enjoy your alone time. I'm
Mm-hmm.
cool with being alone, which is why when she goes and does what she does, I'm cool with that because I
Mm-hmm.
don't have a problem with me.
Right.
Do I miss my wife? Yes, but I
Mm-hmm.
enjoy my alone time too because me and my wife have been together close to 10 years.
Mm-hmm. And see, and
I'm
that's
a
the
type.
thing. I'm okay with like being alone like now, but when I'm in a relationship, when the only time that I really, really feel okay with being my partner, being away from each other is like if it's work going on, just to be honest. But like the other time, it's like a pull for me when I'm in a relationship and my person is, and not just because I'm thinking they could be somewhere doing something. Sometimes that's going through my mind too. But sometimes I just be thinking like, I just want me and them. You know what I mean? I really be wanting it outside of work because that's what we have to do to survive. Just me and you, honey. I just want us, you know. And I know I can't always have it that way. You know what I'm
But
saying?
you should. I get it, but you also shouldn't want it always that way
Hmm.
because your well-being, self-worth, your you should never predicate on somebody else.
Hmm.
Never ever should your happiness
Hmm.
lie in another person.
Right.
Because no matter who they are, and no matter how great it is, they're going to disappoint you at some point. And when they
Hmm.
disappoint you in one thing, it will resonate through the whole situation. If
Yeah.
your entire happiness lies in that one person.
Right.
So be okay with them hanging out. Because if you're okay with your person hanging out, they won't hang out as much as you think they will.
Hmm.
Because when you tell somebody they can't do something, I know I'm like, ask my wife. Soon as she tell me I can't do something, that's the only thing in the whole world I am singularly focused on that one thing. I don't give a shit what it is, how stupid it is. It can be something stupid, and I know it's stupid, but I want to do it, and I don't know why.
Hmm.
As soon as you tell somebody they can't do something, that's the only thing they want to do. And if you hold them tighter, that is the quickest way to lose somebody.
Yeah.
It's nothing wrong. I'm not saying when somebody starts neglecting a relationship, that's a different situation. I'm not
Right.
talking about I'm not talking about somebody who shouldn't even been in a relationship in the first place. But if
Hmm.
you're in a good relationship, a stable relationship, a relationship where you don't worry about this person, a
Hmm.
relationship where this person makes you feel that even when you're not in the same room, like you're there,
Hmm.
then when they're off doing them, you're fine. Then when they see another woman, then you can show them one. Baby, did you see her? I
Well,
sent
I
baby a
ain't
picture of her.
gonna.
I sent baby a picture of her booty. This girl was walking through the parking lot, and I was like, "Oh, hello. I'm too
Mm-mm.
old for you. I'm old enough to be your mama." And I feel bad watching her booty walk across here, so I'm gonna send it to my wife. And I did.
Mm-mm.
I sent a picture. I showed it.
I can't do that.
I said, "Baby, look at this." I said, "Baby, look at this. Look, 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 look." And that's just how I said. I said, "Look." I'm gonna say on the because I am very stable in my
Yeah.
relationship.
Mm.
I don't. There's no shake.
I
My
know.
ground, no.
I know. I know. I know because I know in my last relationship there was times he would be in the living room with his phone and like watching the game and stuff. And I'm gonna tell the truth. I would be in here in my room sometime on my little laptop if I'm watching like YouTubes or something, or I'll be had the TV on in here in the bedroom, and I'll be saying to myself, he ain't that just in there watching that basketball game or that football game. He on that phone texting and probably talking and making some. That's the stuff that really was going through my head. And then I would have to like shake myself a loose, like, don't think like that. You're gonna bring that into your existence, you know.
You need to figure
But
out what the underlying, what caused this. You need to figure out what caused the jealousy.
because I've been through so much with that first, but like that man didn't had women down in the hallway when
And
I'm upstairs asleep.
what that man got to do with this man?
I
What
know.
that man got to do with
Yeah.
this girl?
And I know I got a lot of probably like a lot of trust issues and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest with y'all. You know, I
I mean,
know I got
it's good, but
yeah.
you're not gonna be happy, baby, until you figure it out for you.
Yeah.
Not just
That's
for
why
this
up until
relationship.
she tried to pursue me, I was just happy just being by myself, just going to work, doing, doing me, just happy, free spirited, not worrying about nothing, not, you know. And then she kept pursuing me, and then I went on and and stuff. You know what I mean? And this is where we at right now, me and her, But yeah, I know
I
it's
mean,
yeah.
because I want you. Because it's not that you ain't got to be in a relationship to be happy. Truthfully, as far as I'm concerned, you could just be
Mm-hmm.
friendly for the rest of your life. You ain't never got to be in a relationship. But
Mm-hmm.
if that's something that you want,
Mm-hmm.
to have a successful one at some point,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to have to get your jealousy in the check.
Right,
Now, I don't know
right.
how you go about doing that. I don't know who you talk to. I'm sure there are, like I said, there might be hella support group of jealous people. Shit. Support group everybody else. I mean, it's real no. You
Right.
work in you work at a hospital. They might
Mhm.
have something, you know what I'm saying? Look on the little board, and you might just sit in on one day and see what they talking
Lisa,
about.
I can't go to whatever group. They'll be like, "Was that was your nurse up there on the fifth floor, wasn't it?"
I mean, you might sit in on one of them because if they had one in your hospital, I'm sure they had one somewhere else.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just making a little joke, but
Well,
yeah.
yeah, but I mean, you might need to because
Mhm.
at some point we have to take responsibility for our own happiness. Fuck
Yeah,
everybody else. Fuck a relationship.
yeah. Because
Fuck
I
your
never
friends.
really thought about that. Like, I never really thought about that till you really brought that up tonight. That what if one day she gets so comfortable? Because I know we both are comfortable talking to each other. We spent hours on the phone. And but one day, what if she do get so comfortable that
Yep.
that conversation flipped and she say, "Hey," and talk about
I
somebody
met
else?
somebody. That's it. I met somebody.
Yeah,
That is girl. It's this lady at work. I met this woman. You know, at Starbucks the other day in the
I
line.
think pretty much everybody at work know that they better not talk to her. That it's me and her. You know what I'm saying?
It's
I
not you and
know,
her, baby. It's not
huh?
you and her. It's not you and
Well,
her.
they know that me and her talk. I'll put it that way.
Y'all not talking. Y'all not talking because talking means that y'all are working toward a romantic relationship together.
Well, they don't know if it's romantic. If they
Talking
ain't gonna
ain't
do it.
changed. Talking ain't changed since I've been in high school. It means the same in 2023 as it did 1981.
But they know me and her be together. You know what I'm saying? They know she'll come to work early. They know I'll come to work early.
I'm talking
Lunch
about
break.
you. You
Huh?
don't want to be stuck in the fact that you know it's not true because that's not what y'all doing.
Yeah, well, that better not happen. I mean, most people, you know what I'm saying?
It's
you
gonna
know.
be somebody that don't give a shit about whether or not y'all talking. This is 2023. Bitches is going for what they know.
Hmm. Oh, okay.
It's gonna be somebody to
Right.
come
All
along
they gonna do is
that
say,
don't
"Hey, are
care.
y'all together?" No. Okay, so I want to know. Blah blah blah.
Right.
That is gonna go over well, Leilani.
They
Lisa.
not gonna ask you. They gonna talk to
They're not
Oh,
her.
gonna ask
oh,
you.
she know. I
You're not
believe. I
gonna
don't.
be.
Hmm. I
She
believe
gonna
she
come to you
knows.
later on. She gonna come to you later on. She gonna come. This woman. I'm sorry, y'all. She gonna be the came up to her, and she gonna. It's not gonna start off overtly. It's not gonna start off. Give me some tomorrow. It's not how it's gonna start off. It's gonna start
Mm,
off bringing her a coffee or saying, you know what, I'm going to lunch. Want me to grab you something?
mm,
That's how it's gonna start off. It's
mm,
gonna
mm,
start off with, let me ask you a question.
hmm.
It's gonna start off with. That's how it's gonna start. It ain't gonna start off anything
Yeah.
like that. And
Okay.
then,
Okay.
and then she's not gonna care about whether or not you crazy. She's not gonna care about whether or not. All she gonna care about is when your friend tells her that y'all ain't in a relationship. As
Mm,
soon as she said that y'all are not in a relationship, as
mm,
soon as she
mm.
said you with somebody, and old girl says no, it takes it out of your hands.
I
You
don't think
have
she would
nothing.
really say no like that. I think, really don't know what she would say because I can't really say. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't really say.
And my question is, are you okay with it?
No, I'm not. No,
Well,
no,
then
not at
you
all.
gotta fix that.
Huh?
That's on you. You fix that. You can't. You
Mm,
gotta. You gotta fuck that being scared. Forget that being shy. Forget that I don't talk to people. Forget that I ain't never said I like nobody. Whatever. Whoopie whoop. Forget
mm,
what she said previously because she is giving you mixed signals. If y'all are doing everything in this
mhm,
talking situation, but talking about the future, she is having you hang on. Now she could
mhm,
be having you hang on, and I'm gonna tell you something, and it's gonna sound bad, and I don't know her, so this is not her specifically. This is just a scenario.
mhm,
I must say that first. She could have you hanging on for some kind of emotional support until somebody else comes along, and then when somebody else comes along who doesn't have the jealousy or hand issues that you have, you will just be her friend.
mm,
Take my word for it, baby.
mhm,
I'm not 100% certain because I don't live in absolute.
mhm,
But I'm almost 100% certain
mhm,
that you are fulfilling something in her. But as
mhm.
soon as somebody comes along who can fulfill it all,
Right.
you will just be her friend.
Mm, mhm.
And
Okay.
if you don't take the initiative
Mhm,
and find out where you are right now before that happens,
mhm.
then you can't be mad when it do happen.
Okay. Mhm.
I hear you.
Mm.
I hear you want to fight me, but it's okay. You live in the
Not that I want to fight
end. I'm not. I don't want you. I have a wife.
you.
I'm very
No,
happy.
no. I'm thinking about what you said, and I'm just imagining to
I
myself
hear you want to fight me. Okay, I hear it. Cause
if
all
that
I hear, uh-huh. All I
Lisa,
hear is this is what I hear. Uh-huh. Yes. Uh-huh. Mm. Uh-huh.
Lisa,
Yes.
if that I'm sorry, I hear. If that happens, I
What?
y'all
What you
already
gonna
said
do?
the prayers,
Go to
okay?
jail. What you gonna do? Go to jail? What you gonna have to do? Go for me to get your ass out of jail. Because that's all it's gonna happen. You gonna get mad and you gonna lose your
I'm gonna
job.
control
You gonna
myself.
you gonna
I,
lose your job because ain't nobody gonna keep the crazy nurse on.
no,
You gonna
I
lose your friend and you gonna lose yourself.
I'm not going because that would be I wouldn't be able to work in no hospital. That would be my license, and so I ain't finna do all of that.
And guess what? And guess what? If
Yeah,
it comes down to it and you get in that situation, I hope and pray that you'll be able to get your ass out of it. But
yeah.
you want to fight me, and I ain't got nothing to do with it, girl.
Listen now, son, I want to fight you.
You don't really want to fight me. But the stuff I'm saying is making you
I
want to
know
fight.
what you're saying. No, but maybe you telling me this ahead of time to get me prepared. You know how somebody tell you
Right.
something and you huh?
But I feel you. That last time when I said something about you just being a friend because she finds somebody who fulfills everything,
Yeah.
when I said that, your whole ass, your whole body just squinching about 3 inches. Your shoulders up by your ears, your neck
Girl,
gone.
Lisa, I promise you, you telling the truth. But I'm
You
telling
pulled
you, so
all
I
up.
know I need to take this as a warning before it happened. You know what I'm
You
saying?
pulled it all up, and you want to fight. You want to fight me because I'm the one saying it, and I'm cool with that because I know you don't want to fight. However, when you're in situations, you don't think about the situation you're in.
You
You
right, and
only
I
think
do.
about how you feel about the situation,
Yeah.
and you think about, but you're not even thinking. But baby, you're not even thinking about your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
You're not thinking about your feelings because you're
Mm-hmm.
not taking your feelings into consideration. Because
Mm-hmm.
you're not just one set of feelings. You are. It takes a lot, and you are holding on to what he did, bringing it into what happened the next time, trying to hold on to your sanity while you're trying to figure out this jealousy, while you're trying to figure out how not to put your hands on somebody, and it doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, because I don't want
It
to put my
doesn't
hands
work
on nobody. Mm-mm.
because jealousy is not. It's not rational. It's not
Right.
something conscious. It's not something that you constantly. It's not. You're not sitting up here thinking, you know what? I'm a jealous mother. That's not. It's not a conscious thought process. It's just something that happens when somebody said. It's like I said, I'm not jealous,
Mm-hmm.
but and I know that my wife ain't gonna do nothing. That, however, does not mean that every now and again will somebody be sitting up there. She already know the rules and regulations. I don't know why she play with me. I ain't playing.
Now I felt that through the phone, Lisa. I
I'm
felt
not
that.
playing. No, I'm not gonna put my hands on nobody because I'm too old and raggedy to go to jail. I can't beat a bitch out. I'm in jail. I'm just fucked up. I can't, so I can't go to jail.
You can pinch her real hard, you know.
And I'm not about to say what I look like. But I will change the lock and take the money. So you do
Oh,
what you want to that information.
not change the
Cause
lock and take the
clearly,
money.
no, 'cause clearly you want to go with shit. But let them know that you ain't got no car, no money for no bills. Y'all know. So you both fall over there now. You still in the car? They're gone. They're gone. But these are jokes. These are jokes. Because I don't, she doesn't make me feel that way. But
Right.
it doesn't mean that when somebody, even though, because my wife is not confrontational, she's very sweet. People would look
Yeah.
at her and go, oh, she the mean one. And I'm the sweet one. That is the exact opposite.
Hmm.
I'm the one that will get you together. But they look at
Hmm.
her and think, oh, no. And when women be flippy flopping, and she be acting like she's supposed to act, and they still flippy flop. I'm not gonna sit in there and say my chest don't get a little burn in the middle. But because I'm stable in my relationship, it passes quickly.
Right.
And then they gonna laughing at her. You gonna be miserable sitting up there waiting on my wife.
I know that's right. Right.
It's all about my business.
Hmm.
But you to that point, you ain't at that point. You're at the
Right.
point where if y'all are together in the same space, and she says, "I'm talking to somebody else," or "I got another woman," or da da da, whoop whoop.
Hmm.
If she says that, and y'all in the same space, you gonna put your hands on her.
I, I probably wouldn't dare do that to her because she kind of like ain't that.
You didn't
Hello.
think you would do that. Hello.
Oh, okay. Okay, I
All
see
right. You
y'all.
didn't think you. No, no, no. Think we gonna do it, but you
Yeah.
get irrationally mad. And even the thought of somebody might want to talk to her at some point.
I
When I
would.
was
I,
talking about,
I would
when
really
I was
think.
talking, because you got a ratchet man, when I was just talking about the little stuff she'll do, to asking
Yeah.
her for a cup of coffee or asking her a question, you was
Yeah.
getting mad at that. So you
Yeah.
tell
I
me
would
you won't
probably.
get mad.
I would. You know what I would do though, Lisa? Now I would probably just tell her, you know what, don't call me no more. No,
Okay,
let's
well,
don't,
that works.
huh?
But what I'm saying is that
Hmm.
if you have clarity, you ain't gotta get it ain't gotta get there.
Right.
If
Mhm.
you tell
But
her
she
how you
already,
feel,
yeah, but she already told me that, in other words, she's
but
not
she
comfortable dating
still
somebody that's got a domestic violent past.
cool, but she's
So
still acting like she want to date you. And
yeah,
here's where she needs to take
yeah, stringing me
responsibility for the
along, stringing me
situation.
along.
She
Hmm.
and you need to make her accountable for that. Not
Hmm.
understand what she told you,
Hmm.
but if she still treat you like she want to be with you, then
Hmm.
you need to regulate that.
Hmm.
Forget her. Forget her. Forget what she said about the domestic violence stuff. Forget all that because she's
Hmm.
showing you. Your mouth
Something
can say
different.
1,000 things. Your
And
mouth can
that's
say
what I was
1,000.
telling that's what I told my sister when my sister was talking. I said she's saying one thing out of her mouth, but she's her actions is speaking something totally different. You know
And
what I'm saying?
you, all you
And
gotta do is get clarity with her. That's it.
mhm, mhm,
The next time y'all are in the same space
mhm,
and y'all can talk and you want to do it face to face because the telephone gives you a space to chicken out.
mhm.
Texting and talking on the phone, it gives you a
Well, I'm
space
having
to.
so many when I am face to face with her, Lisa, and we sitting in a car or or at the park, or like we both enjoy like fish. We love fish, the one fish place that we got here, and we
Mhm.
sitting in there and we eating our dinner and stuff. I'm gonna be honest, I be having so many like butterflies and stuff in my stomach. I you know what I can't, yeah.
You
I
need to
can't,
honor the butterflies, baby. Them butterflies don't mean nothing if you just
yeah,
not honoring them. All that
yeah.
stuff don't mean nothing if you going home by yourself. All that
Hmm.
stuff means nothing if you going home and the place in your bed that you want her in is empty.
Mm. But
And
I'm
if you sit
okay
up
with, because I know her situation. I know her situation with her mom, because her mom recently got sick and stuff. I know that situation, so I know that that's not possible. And I respect anybody that,
what you
because
doing
I
right
took care
now?
of
What
my
you doing
mom.
right now?
Who,
What you
me?
doing right now?
I'm talking to y'all.
What you doing right now? What words are coming out your mouth? You making excuses
Oh,
because you tell. I bet you money, Miss Five that she ain't celibate.
Lisa, don't say that. Don't put that in my head.
No, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying she's actively having sex, but I'm saying I bet if she wants some, she'll figure out how to get it.
Lisa, please don't put that in
So
my head.
please don't assume. No, I'm not talking about she's actually having sex. What I'm saying is, you don't have to make excuses for her not being able to sleep with you, because that's what you're doing.
Mm.
You're making excuses for the relationship not to be a relationship.
Well, that
Huh?
part, she wants to. I'm just, my whole thing is, and when even the guys that I was with, when I get involved with somebody to that point where we laying down, we in a relationship.
What I'm saying
I
is, you're
don't.
making excuses
Mhm.
as to why you can't want that.
Yeah, because I'm
You're
not going to bed with you
well,
and we not
don't
in a
make that
relationship.
excuses for her. Well, then don't be with her. She is
But
not the last woman in this world who can make you feel good.
right,
She just
right,
happens to be the woman that can make you feel good right now. And she's not
right.
doing that. And you're making excuses for her not being in a relationship with you. Well, her mama. Well, she told me. Forget
Yeah,
what she got to do with that. This is what you want at some point. And I
yeah,
can't stress this enough. There's not anything wrong with being selfish. It does not matter what she wants.
yeah. But Lisa,
It
she got
does
to take care of her mom.
not. I didn't say that she ain't got to take care of her mama, and you
Yeah.
still making excuses. I want you to stop doing that. You are worth not having an excuse to make.
Okay.
You
Okay.
are worth not making excuses. You are worth figuring it out. We grown.
Mm-hmm.
If we're in a relationship and I gotta drive my car so we can get freaky in the back seat while mama taking a nap, that's what we gonna do because that's how we get it in. If that's what we want to do, we want to hold hands. But baby, I need some. I'm on my way.
We taking it slow, Lisa.
No, baby, dead ain't
Lisa,
slow.
it's
I
so
ain't
slow.
ready.
You're not taking it at all.
You're
Right,
making
because
excuses,
I'm
my
really
love.
not ready to go to that part though yet.
I'm not talking about sex. Sex is just having me what I'm joking about because it's funny. I'm talking
Yeah.
about all of it. I'm talking about all of it. You're not in
Yeah.
a relationship.
Yeah.
You're not even
Because I
friends
do want to.
because
Yeah.
you're not even steady in the friendship because you're scared to voice your opinions in this friendship. I
Mm-hmm.
can tell my friend, where the hell come to my mind?
Mm-hmm.
Bad, good, or indifferent. Ugly by her children, by her man, by her folks.
Mm-hmm. Plus, I hold some things back, Lisa, because we work together.
You're
And
making, here you go. You're
really
still,
never
baby,
dated nobody that I work with. Huh?
you're not listening. Stop making excuses for
You
you
think?
not to be happy. You're making excuses because that's what you're used to doing. In
Mm,
other relationships, you're making excuses as to why you don't have this, to why this particular aspect is not satisfied, as to why you have to be slow, as to why you have to, we work together. And
yeah.
is she your boss?
No, we work in
Are
different
you her
departments.
boss? Are you
No,
her boss?
no,
Well, then
no.
y'all working together don't mean shit.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all working together don't mean shit. Because if you jealous, you're gonna be jealous at work. You're gonna be jealous if she work downstairs. You're gonna be jealous if she work in another country. So
Mm-hmm.
that ain't got shit to do with it.
Yeah.
Proximity don't mean nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You're making excuses because in your other relationships, that is what you do.
Hmm.
Stop it. You are worth not having to make an excuse.
Right.
You're worth not having to
Mm-hmm.
figure out why we ain't doing this. Well, because she said, and what she said.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with you being selfish. My wife, I want her to do whatever she want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And if sometimes it don't include me, I got to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because in being a whole person in a whole relationship, that means sometimes it ain't about you.
Oh,
But
you a
sometimes
strong
it
woman.
is about you. But sometimes it is about you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always about the other person. Sometimes you got to just be like, you know what? They're going to have to be quiet for a minute. I got to do what I got to do.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get to the relationship. And if it's not, what I'm saying is, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
just using her in this particular situation
Right.
as an
Right.
example, but moving forward with anybody, you are
Right.
worth not having to make excuses for the person for whatever reason.
Right.
For them not calling you the way you want to. Find somebody who like to call you. Don't just
Mm-hmm.
like this person because you want to fuck them. If they don't give you everything, then find somebody who does. You do
Mm-hmm.
not have to settle for anything because they have some of the things you want. Because guess what? There is somebody who has all of the things you want.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a caller and a talker, and you can't reconcile the fact that this person is not, don't date them because
Right.
they never satisfy that aspect of you.
Right.
If you're very touchy and hand holdy and rubby and kissy, and this person is not,
Mm-hmm.
don't date them because they're
And
never gonna
me.
satisfy that.
That's me. I like to hold hands. I like to touch. You know what I'm saying? Like when we together, me, she know that I like us touching. I like, I mean, I got my hand on her
Moving forward,
head.
if you date somebody that don't want to do that, as soon as you figure out that's not who they are, they're not for you.
But she touched me. She know that this is what.
I'm saying, I'm just using
Right.
these are different examples of
Okay.
things people make excuses for, of the
Right.
things that we give, the things that we let go to the wayside because we're
Yeah.
trying to be selfless. That's some bullshit.
Right.
It's okay to be selfish. It's okay not to like somebody. It's okay to fall out of love with somebody. It's okay to just want to be friends with somebody. All these things are okay.
Hmm.
But you got to also be with okay with not making excuses for somebody because you had to make excuses for somebody else.
Right. Mm.
You're making excuses in this particular relationship, whatever kind of relationship it is. And if you're having to make excuses now, you will always have to make excuses.
Right.
It won't change.
Hmm. Well, I must say, as always, you always giving me something to think about. You always, huh?
Oh, what else you got on here? Hello, Amber Rose. Hello. I haven't looked in a minute. Hello, everybody. I haven't looked. Sean D, Sylvia on the go. How we doing? How we doing?
Hey,
All right.
everybody in the
Hello.
chat.
Hello. All right.
You
I
always
hadn't
give
looked.
me, yeah, I know you got to look at the chat. I say you
Look,
always
look.
give me something to think about, and I always,
You're very good because you have things that I want to ask sometimes, and I be wanting to know. And I'm gonna always ask questions as long as my mouth can work till I die. I'm
right.
gonna try to learn something all the time, and it makes I'm not picking on you
I know
because
that. I know that. I just thank
well,
y'all
I
for
want
allowing me
you.
to be me, and that I don't have to feel like, oh, I better not say that part. I better not say that part. You know what I'm saying? Because if they knew that, or if they knew that, you just make me feel so comfortable where I could just be honest and be like, hey, this is me. Because that's the only way I know to be. You know what I'm
And that's
saying?
how I want you to be with the person that you want to be with, baby.
Yeah.
This feeling right now, you got to have it in every aspect of the relationship, not just in one or two.
Yeah, because I promise y'all, if y'all seen me and her, if I was to ever sneak a video of me and her together and like post that on my, y'all would be like, what in the world? That is not Krista. What is going on? Why is she acting like that? Yeah.
Right. You don't have to do that, babe. You
I,
don't. I mean,
I,
and it's not because it's a bad thing,
mhm.
but I don't ever want anybody to dull their shine or to not be 100% who they are because you got to be able to be 100% of who you are. Yes, in the beginning of a relationship, we all bring our representatives. We all
Mhm.
we all
Right.
try not to cry in front of the person. We try to put the best clothes on and have, at least brush the hair off. We try not to be the farting, burping, normal person that we are in the beginning.
Right.
But the reality is that as you move along in the relationship,
Mhm.
the farting, burping person is cool with that person.
Mhm.
And then if you can't be 100% of yourself with somebody, that's
Yeah.
cool. But that means you need to be with somebody else. If you
Mm.
can't be 100% Krista 100% of the time, no matter how much she makes you feel in one aspect, you're gonna be
Mhm.
lacking in the other one, baby. You're gonna be missing something. And
Mhm.
after so long, it gets tiring. It
Mhm.
becomes soul crushing to miss something,
Mhm.
to miss that piece that you have to constantly, and it becomes hard to miss that piece that you have to tamp down or not show or make less than to stay
And
with
it's not
somebody.
even that I do it intentionally either. I think I just be so like, because I think the attraction I have to her, like her just being what I like, everything that I like in a guy, like she's tall, she's slim, she's all of that, everything that I like, and
Go
just
get
like
her.
the way she
Go
is,
get her.
huh?
Forget everything else and go get her if you want her. And
Mm-hmm.
if it don't work out, then you know. Because you sitting up here swinging on a swing with no end, it's not good. Because that's what you're doing. Because on a swing, sometimes you high, sometimes you low. But you ain't
Mm-hmm.
getting nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all relationship right now, y'all at the part on the swing set.
I know. Oh my God. She
If
is
you get
just
on the swing and she pushing you, she's the one in control of this. She's not missing out on anything
Definitely is. She definitely is. And
because you've given it to her. You've given her the permission
hmm
to push
but
you.
I'm that type of person anyway in a relationship, Lisa. I'm
It's
very, very
cool.
submissive in a relationship.
I'm
I'm very
normally
submissive.
Mr. B.
Huh?
I am when I'm mobile. I am fix my wife food, cook. I
hmm
clean some stuff. She cleans some stuff because we just do it differently. I
Right.
am cut her food, fold her stuff, put her bed down. I'm all that.
Yeah.
But because she makes me be that way, and you
Okay.
just being submissive is could be a detriment because you can't just be submissive with everybody because some folks need a
Right.
firm hand. And if you're
Yeah.
submissive with everybody, then those people are going to take advantage of you.
That's what my sister always told me. Yeah.
Submission, people don't understand. You think being submissive is because that's who you are.
Yeah.
No, the person you're in a relationship makes you feel safe enough to be that way. Because if you're in a relationship where you got to boss up half the time because you have to boss up, not because that's just a part of y'all relationship dynamic,
hmm
then no, you're not being submissive for the right reason. And it
Yeah.
doesn't, and
See,
and they will take.
when I love somebody and I care about them, I love hard. I love real hard. Like I'll go through the thick and the thicker with them. You know what I'm saying? Like
And
even in
that's
those relationships
cool.
I was in, they were going on for years. I was going through the thick and the thicker, and I don't know, it's be like a part of me like we can go through this. And I'm as much as I try not to be that way with her, like I
But
still
they weren't going through anything. It was you. You
yeah,
were going through. They
yeah,
weren't going through shit. Just like she not going through nothing. Right
yeah.
now, she's the leader of this particular. She's the leader of this camp,
Mhm.
and you are just hoping that it works out.
Mhm.
You are just sitting there hoping that it works out, and that's. And I'm not saying that to be ugly. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that for what you said. You
Right.
can't do that when it comes to your heart. You can't do that when it comes to
Mhm.
your spirit and your soul. You because it will break you, baby. It
Yeah.
will break you. It because he tried and they did break a little bit. It
Mhm.
made you be somebody that you weren't. It made you act like somebody that you're not.
Yeah.
But he did with all of you. But if you keep letting people run a show that you're a part of,
Mhm.
it's not that kind of show. In a relationship, ain't no running the show. Everybody in the circus got a job.
Right.
But before it to work right, you got to work together.
Right. Mhm.
It can't just be one person. Because I'm telling you, think about it like this. Think about it like this. You ever had that manager at your job, at whatever job you had,
Mhm.
that no matter what they did, you wouldn't do shit for them. You did your 8 hours and clocked out. They could
Right.
ask you to shit on them because they was on fire and they will be burning before you leave there. That one is
Right.
sweating on everything.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
what a relationship. That's the kind of relationship you in right now.
Mhm.
That manager that you won't do nothing for, but you still hanging on because you got to get paid because you got to pay your bills. You know what I'm saying? You ever
Right.
had that one thing that you'll stay late for, come in early for, call
Mhm.
them, ask if they need anything? You want coffee on the way in? See, that's
Mhm.
the kind of relationship that you want. When you're submissive,
Mhm.
you want the second managerial relationship
Yeah.
because that first one is gonna run your ass into the ground.
Yeah.
That second one is the one you want to be with because not only are you happy, you'll grow and the relationship will grow.
Right. Mhm.
You want with her. You don't want the relationship to stay as it is because as it is right now, realistically, you're not in one.
Right. Mhm. Yeah.
You
So
want it
true.
to be something else. You want it to be more. You want it to fulfill every aspect, not just the one or two aspects it's filling now, but all of them. And
I wonder if
sometimes,
that's why people don't. I think, and you know what? And that's probably why don't nobody say probably ain't came to her because they don't. They know she not in a relationship. Oh, there go the music.
You can turn the music on us.
She turned the music on us.
Take other devices. All right.
I had a good time.
We'll be back next Wednesday. Next Wednesday will be, we're going to call it just Crystal. On the rock.
When is it now? You said next Wednesday?
Yeah, it's always Wednesday. Well, 5:30, 6:00. But after baby gone, you get situated. Close around dinner time. And as you can see, it goes well into the night.
I know. Bye, everybody.
Right,
see you later. See you, DC. See you, Lisa. I had a great time. Bye. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that every time we drop a video or go live, subscribe to join us. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. I want to thank everybody and just I love you guys. Y'all have a good one.